Guys, and we're here to have our after hours live drunk show. Pretty much just to hang out, chat, answer any questions you have, drink. I'm on glass number 3 now.
I'm on bottle number 1.
Yeah, I'm drinking these little barefoot Moscato drinks, and we're just gonna chat and hang out, and we can discuss the fall into reading the time. We can discuss whatever. Discuss. Right now, there's nobody actually watching us.
I mean,
I'm gonna go and post on Twitter really quick and tell people, "Hey, we're live. Come hang out." And
I mean, we do need to eventually work on our stuff for Merry Bookmas if we want to do a similar theme to what we did last year or do something completely different. But we may or may not have a third person involved. So.
Oh, no, we totally have hers.
Oh, yes.
And I'll announce who that is a little bit later. But yes, we totally have a third host this time around for Merry Bookmas. I personally want to stick with the same we did last year with the 12 challenges.
Well, no, I just meant, do we want to stick with songs or do we want to do something completely different and unique?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm posting. We are doing our after hours live drunk. It's hard to type now. Live drunk show.
Lord have mercy.
All right. I posted. We should both retweet what I posted.
Retweet. Even though I know you're going to have more people see it from you than me.
Hello, people that are watching. Welcome to our live after hours show. If you have any questions for us, please feel free to type them out. We will answer anything, pretty much anything.
Pretty much.
So, Clint, how have you been on reading the time? Have you completed all the challenges yet?
Let me put the challenges in front of me. It's been a long day. Let me get my binder. I have completed Schools in Session, Online Learning, Get Lost in a Corn Maze. Those are the 3 challenges I have completed, but I'm in the middle of my trick or treat, and I'm also in the middle of the pumpkin spice latte and apple picking / current events. But hi, hello.
We're feeling pretty good right now. So if y'all have any questions for us about fall into reading-a-thon, about Merry Bookmas, about us in general, please feel free to ask anything. This is not just about the read-a-thon. It can be whatever. We don't care. We're just hanging out.
Books you want to suggest to us, authors you think we should catch up with.
Yeah, I always have a ridiculous TBR. Y'all, I just filmed the other day, day before yesterday. I just filmed day before yesterday my Have I Read It and my Wheel of TBR, and I thought I was going to take it easy on myself in October, but no. October's going to be another ridiculous reading month.
I'm pulling a Mel in October. Just saying. She's She's kind of rubbed off on me, I guess.
John wants to know what got us into booktube. What got me into booktube? Let's see, I've been at this a little over 3 years now, and initially my channel was actually not a booktube channel, and it actually had a completely different name other than Completely Melanie when I first started. My channel was called Subscription Obsession, and it was an unboxing channel. And what got me started with that was, well, I love subscription boxes and I'm kind of obsessed with them. So I was like watching a ton of unboxing videos, trying to find subscription boxes that I was interested in. And after a little while, I was like, I get so many of these subscription boxes myself. Why don't I do these unboxings? And then I started filming my own unboxing. And in the process, somebody else that I was watching at the time, and this is funny because she was a small channel, relative, I guess. She had maybe 5,000 subscribers at the time, or just around 5,000 subscribers. And I was watching her for her unboxing videos, and she started doing more bookish videos, and I got into watching them and discovered BookTube. And from that, I started doing more bookish things. And then I was like, I want to include everything about me, not just unboxing, not just books. I want it to be me, all of me. So that's why I started switched my channel name and I became Completely Melanie. But funny enough, that channel, that person that I'm talking about, that kind of initially brought me into BookTube, because I watched her bookish videos, and she had like a how-to BookTube kind of thing, was Book Roast. G from Book Roast. It was before her magical readathons. Before she started all that, I was subscribed to her then, and she's who got me started with BookTube. Now she's huge because of her magical readathon. But yeah, that's what started me. What started you, Clint?
I had an ex. Well, I don't even know if he's even considered an ex. I don't even know what the hell we ever were. Introduced me to my first BookTube video.
Do you remember who it was?
Introduced me to Francina Simone.
Oh, I like her.
All of her discussion videos, because the fact that I am very, very liberal, and this particular ex is very, very conservative. We kind of butt heads, but we like to talk about things, and we're always like every time we talk and stuff, we're always like debating and talking about little things here and there. And he showed me one of her videos, and I was just instantly hooked. Just watching, it was like, there's a place where people go to talk about books. I'm from Oklahoma. I don't got many people here that, wow, I just went country. Wow, showed my Oklahoma roots here. But there's not a lot here where people discuss books and discuss the things they love in books. And books are the things that helped save my life. And I wanted to share the joy. So when I saw Francina Simone, I started diving in. I was like, ooh, who are these people over here? And I saw people like Jessie the Reader, Pollyanna Books. And I was just like, well, they're just not, they're cool. And it's introducing me to this, but is there more past them? Because I was like, they're really not what I didn't connect with them like on a personal level. And then I started finding channels like Books and Lala, Completely Melanie, Julie from Pages and Pens. Wow, my brain blanked. And Chelsea from Chelsea Darling Reads. And I later found Chelsea Palmer, and I found all these channels and all this diversity with what they read and what they love. And I'm just like, what is this? I was like, can I do this? Like, I know I do drag and stuff, and that's like, but that's Me with makeup on my face, a wig on, an outfit. I'm not me on stage if I do drag. But this is me in front of a camera. And I was like, would anybody even care to even come to my channel? So like I debated, and I was like, you know what? I'm not making a channel for other people. I'm making a channel for me to talk about books, to talk about the things that I love in books, talk about books I love or books that I hate, but basically just, and it's brought me more happiness. And I've got one of my new best friends who's brought me a lot more joy.
Aww. Yeah, when Clint first subscribed to my channel, and I was saying this in our live show earlier. Well, no, actually, it was before our live show when we were just talking with Christina and Lauren before we went live. I was talking about how we came together to host these readathons, and when people like subscribe to me, I will occasionally like look and see if they have a channel, and if they do, I might watch a couple of videos and see if I like their videos and subscribe to them. And Clint, he subscribed to me, and he had like around 30 subscribers at the time when he first subscribed to my channel. And I clicked on him, and I was like, oh, he's got a little channel. And so I looked at it, and I don't remember what the video was I watched, but you were just, okay, for one, I can say this because I love you. It's better now. But the video quality was absolutely horrendous. But
I was filming all of this.
your personality was amazing. It was you were just this huge, spectacular, over-the-top personality. And I immediately was just like, oh my God, he's amazing. And I need to be friends with him. And so I wrote him that. And I was like, oh my God, you're awesome. We need to be friends.
But can we also shout out to those 30 first subscribers, which are all from my Facebook and all really close, either friends or family, that I coerced into just subscribing so that I would appear to have people interested in me.
But I subscribed. I was like, we need to be friends. We need to film things together. I don't know how we're going to do this since you're in Oklahoma and I'm in Tennessee, but we need to come up with something. And that became our season-a-thon. And it just kind of grew from there.
It became our fall into reading-a-thon, and we didn't think we were going to do anymore. We thought we were just going to do the fall, and then you guys asked us to do a spring, so we did a spring, and then somehow, someway, we did a summer, and we felt like if we did a summer, we had to do a winter. So
and so it became a season-a-thon, and they're doing it every season.
And Terrell, to answer your question, no, they didn't. I wish they did. It would have been so much cooler than the actual answer. My mom originally had a boy's name picked out, Clifton Randolph, which my grandmother stole 5 years before I was born from my uncle.
That's funny.
And then mom was going to name me after my father, which was Christopher Michael Reed. I would have been Christopher Michael Reed Jr. Thank God. I hate the name Chris and I hate the name Michael. For me personally, I just know too many of both that I just don't particularly care for. Mom happened to be driving through Clinton, Oklahoma, and it sounded like Clifton, and she really liked it. And she happened to, and she happened to see a town called Allen, Oklahoma, spelled A-L-A-N.
Oh my God.
Actually, the town's A-L-L-E-N. And named my middle name Allen after another town in Oklahoma. But the nurse misspelled it and pissed my mother off, so she just kept it as A-L-L-E-N when she wanted A-L-A-N. And I'm just like, thus Clinton Allen Reed was born.
What do you think? Chris or Christopher? Growing up, like the majority of my like childhood life, and my family still calls me to this day. I'm Chris to them. My whole family calls me Chris, and depending on when you met me in my life, will depend on what you call me. So anybody that met me prior to high school knows me as Chris. Yeah. My middle name is Christina with a K. And so my family called me Chris. And then when I got to high school, I decided I wanted to go by Christina instead of Chris. So anybody that met me during high school knows me as Christina. And then when I went to college, I decided I wanted to go by my first name, Melanie. So anybody that's met me from like adulthood on knows me as Melanie. So it was a really funny time, like several years ago when we lived in Maryland. And my friend Rob, that we had met as adults, he was visiting, and my friend Brandy from high school, like my best friend ever, had flown up to visit, and my mom and my sister were all visiting. It was around the holidays or something. And I had my mom and my sister calling me Chris, Brandy calling me Christina, and Rob calling me Melanie. And Rob was like, why do they keep calling me Chris? Who is Christina? Because he only knew me as Melanie. And so he was very confused. And I had to explain throughout the different parts of my life, I had different names. Okay, wants to know what we're reading now.
I'm currently reading The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware.
And I'm currently listening to the audiobook of Dorothy Must Die, which is a reread for me. So I'm listening to it ridiculously fast right now. Trill had another question for you, Clint. What are your top three favorite books of 2020 so far? And Terrell?
Define Backlist. Are we allowed to use from last year back?
While you answer that, I'm going to get another whole bottle.
Because, oh hell, that's easy. I can go further back. With White Rabbit and Last Seen Leaving, both by Caleb Rarig, which, if you'll give me a second, when she comes back, hold on, let me go grab some things.
I got two little bottles here. I got the pink Moscato and the regular Moscato. So there's a name that I went by that pretty much from high school on, I had a nickname. Well, actually, I shouldn't say from high school on.
I'll be right back.
People that met me in high school nicknamed me this, but then people that have met me after, they don't call me this because the name doesn't apply anymore. But before I got married, my last name was Wheat, like the bread. And my nickname was Wheatie. So a lot of people called me Wheatie. So it started out as a stupid joke, like a stupid pervy joke. But it just kind of became, it kind of stuck. Like the stupid joke went away, but the nickname stuck. And then after, like, I moved to another high school, and it was funny because somebody like called me by that nickname again, and I was like, I thought it was somebody from my previous high school, and it was just somebody else had come up with that nickname, and again the stupid joke started, but then it went away and the name stuck again.
Okay, so I kind of went a little bit past 3 for you. So for Backlist. Hurrah. You get to judge if I went Backlist or not, because I know everyone judges it differently. But I'm going to go Wolf Song by T.J. Klune, because I am obsessed with this series, and I've only read book 1 so far, but I have book 2 for next month. Gay werewolves is all I'm gonna say is gay werewolves. This I do believe came out last year, yes. But The Wives by Taryn Fisher.
So good.
Phenomenal. Pardon my language. Do you believe this one came out in 2018? No, 17. One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. I am obsessed with her writing, and this is the type of YA thriller I like. Something set in I like the school setting, kind of Jawbreakers kind of style, like the movie Jawbreakers from the 90s. That kind of. But like this, I was led to this because of The Deceivers by Kristen Simmons. And in November.
I have 2 recent books that I think you would really like that fit into that genre. Hold on, let's see.
With this author, I couldn't select just one. I'm not going to select our favorite by him because it's last year it came out, but I will give it to Last Seen Leaving and White Rabbit by Caleb Rarig, which these are backlist because Last Seen Leaving came out 2016, and I do believe White Rabbit was his first, right? No. This is his first. 16 and then 18. But these are phenomenal. And then my favorite backlist reread of the year, because I'm working through the series, is Moon Called by Patricia Briggs, which is the first in the Mercy Thompson series, which my phone case will tell you how much I love the Mercy Thompson series. What? And yes, it is Breakfast Club, but it kind of gave me the vibes of like Jawbreakers and stuff like that. It's that type of YA thrillers that I just absolutely love. And you were going to mention 2 others?
Yeah. Boy, here, it's my Xander man. Say hi. Yeah, so The Inheritance. Okay, these are the art covers, not the actual.
I have that one on a list to want to get because the cover is gorgeous because it's green. But it is gorgeous.
It says, I'll read a little thing at the top. It says, a Cinderella story with deadly stakes and thrilling twists, perfect for fans of One of Us Lying and Knives Out.
Yeah. Oh, I love the movie Knives Out.
Also, They Wish They Were Us. I think there's a Netflix show maybe coming out. I believe
both are on lists.
And this says, girl meets One of Us is Lying with a dash of the secret history in the slick top murder mystery that will have you guessing until the very end.
And you can thank Books and Lala for me having those on lists.
He really has. Like, he's taller than me now.
Do you want to explain the differences?
Friends to lovers versus enemies to lovers. Well, one, they start out as enemies, and the other, they start out as friends.
Ron and Hermione for Friends to Lovers. Easiest comparison I can do for people who understand, even though I know we're on a touchy subject with that author. But it's the friends to lovers. Enemies to lovers, what would be a good example of that?
So you know what a better name for the friends to lovers is Anna and the Kids.
Yeah.
Or Lola and the Boy Next Door, I think is the one I'm thinking of, like the second one. And then the hating game is a good example of enemies to lovers.
To all the boys I loved before. Oh wait, that's fake dating. Never mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say that didn't really fit for that.
Different trope. My bad.
These are so good. Sorry, I'm a little bit intoxicated, and today is my one day of I can eat whatever I want, and so I'm eating candy. I think the friends to lovers tends to be like a more slow burn, subtle shift, whereas the enemies to lovers is there's passion regardless. It's like a high passion. I really hate this person, which passion just shifts from hate to love.
Books with the friends to lovers trope.
Of friends to lovers.
Wolf song.
I'm trying to think.
Granted, for those of y'all, I will say that this book is not necessarily for everyone, because when the lovers meet, it's their ages that may freak out a few people, but it doesn't go where you think it's going. Just
that makes me nervous.
Werewolf. Let's just say Twilight imprinting, kind of, but reverse it. Zoya and Nikolai, what's that from?
I'm not sure. Oh, I ate too many good ones. Now my stomach is like bleh. Or maybe I had too much alcohol.
You want examples of friends to lovers?
I don't know that really. I don't know that. Well, actually, not the main people, but for a one night thing anyway.
I didn't think of that. What's your favorite 2020 book that deals with controversial and heavy subject matter? Surrender Your Sons by Adam Sass deals with a queer kid being kidnapped. Well, his parents had him kidnapped and thrown in a conversion camp to turn him straight. And another example of one would be, what the hell is the name of it? The Brave by James Bird deals with some heavy subject matters, not quite controversial, but it deals with a kid dealing with a form of autism. I just don't remember the word that's used in it. And dealing with a friend in a wheelchair dying. Both
this year. Like the first thing that came to mind didn't really
controversial
or heavy subject matter. I have to look at a list of things that came out this year to like go, oh yeah, that was one. Well, I think my favorite is Pride because I've read a lot in a short amount of time last month and this month, and October is going to be the same way. tell you, my color's looking like 24.
I mean, technically, Death Prefers Blondes is controversial, but that was last year.
Yeah, that wasn't
Not everybody agrees with drag queens.
trying to think of anything. Again, my brain is like fried and everything I've read.
Oh, another favorite, Backlist. Yes, I only gave it a 4-star, but I gotta give it out to Fried Green Tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe. Sorry, I just saw that written down.
Do you have any like 5-star books you've read this month?
This month?
Mm-hmm. I can't really think much past this month. Actually, I could if I looked at the Goodreads. I only read one 5-star this month. That's a lot of 5 stars.
3 are rereads. Oh wait, was Ferris the 5-star? Yes, it was. And
I can't see what.
Oh, Titan's Curse, Silverborn, Rivermarked, Fairest, and Wolfsong.
This is my only.
And Percy Jackson.
Yeah, I think this is my only 5-star. I had a couple 4.5 stars, but I think that's my only 5-star.
I can see that.
Oh yeah. I'm not really big on a whole lot of historical romances in general. I just like the language I don't really vibe with. So I typically don't read them. I have a couple, but I don't read many of them.
Okay. What's your worst book of the month so far?
The Sandcastle Empire. I gave it 2.5 stars.
You already heard me rant about this to you earlier.
Well, my view on Sandcastle Empire is it's going to be a book that some people love. And I know people have written me and said that they love that book. And those people, if they haven't read Wilder Girls, they should read Wilder Girls, because if they like Wilder Girls, they're going to like the Sandcastle Empire and vice versa. But I wasn't a fan of the Wilder Girls. It was just too weird for me. And the Sandcastle Empire kind of gave me the same vibes as Wilder Girls. And so I only gave it 2.5 stars. What is that?
This is Color World, Book 1 by Rachel E. Kelly. I DNF'd this shit because I was about like here-ish when I DNF'd it. I felt like depression was coming back and I was getting suicidal thoughts because of the writing style. And I was just like, all right, we're getting rid of this book and I'm never touching it again.
Wow. That sounds bad.
I hate the writing style more than I do Edgar Cantero's Meddling Kids. And you know how much I don't know.
Slayer by Kirsten Wright.
Carry On by Rainbow Rowell.
Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. I think even the Deceivers could work by this. I think they could kind of
What
obviously trying to think of others. The Mortal Instruments. That could totally. And Clary's kind of a chosen one there.
I mean, Wolf Song by T.J. Klune, because he's sort of a type of chosen one, but a different type of chosen one trope. Oh shit!
I'm like looking at
my phone across the room.
What?
I knocked my phone off the table across the room.
Oops. I don't know. I can't think of it. There are definitely plenty of them. The Fairy Path or the Enchanted Quest. I think the Fairy Path is the first one. That fits. Also, The Witch by M.J. Bosher. Something I just read. Ruby Red by Kirsten Geyer. That kind of fits them. Yeah.
I can't think of any. Percy Jackson.
I haven't read.
If you read Carry On, you have to read it like it's fan fiction.
I do know that.
Or you will not enjoy it.
I've read fan fiction. And so I know it's like written in Fangirl or the fan fiction written in Fangirl.
But what I'm meaning is like when you read it, if you go into it thinking it's just a novel, you're gonna hate it.
I've never read it in fan fiction.
We're not going to talk about my dark past where I used to write fan fiction.
Would you rather read a YA romance book with the insta-love trope, or would you rather read an adult romance book with the second chance romance trope?
Second chance romance trope, but depending on what you mean, hold on. Depends also with the insta-love, does it make sense? Because take...
I don't know, I want to read them both.
But take something like this, for instance. With werewolves, it's an insta-love in a different way because it's the mating bond that is automatically chooses their lover without them even realizing they're doing it. Like paranormals can do something different with that. Insta-love in a contemporary, that's different. Because it's not believable. It's insta-lust, not insta-love.
No, I think it's believable. I mean, really.
Not if it's on the second page. I've read books where the insta I love him, second page. You just introduced the man.
I think it's believable because I have proof that it is believable, that it is realistic, that it can happen. Okay. And I say this because, so Marty and I went out on our first date on January 5th of 1998. Okay. January 5th, 1998. We went on our very first date. And on February 14th, we got married. we like our first date, like our first official date, we went and we told each other we loved each other our very first date, and we were just head over heels right away, and it was totally insta love, and we're still married. I mean, a gazillion years later.
But that makes sense though. But some of these YA novels though, with insta love, it's just like, how? I just don't get how you got to that point.
I mean, you can look at us and go like, how? We like, I paid poor Marty no attention at all. I barely knew he existed. He had a bit of a crush. I had no idea he had a crush, and when he first called me, well, I wasn't home. I was out of town visiting my best friend Brandy, and there was a Marty where we used to live, and around. And he actually went out with my little sister. He went out with Brandy, and so I came home from visiting with Brandy, Marty had been trying to call me. Like, his friends made him start calling me because they were sick and tired of hearing about me. And they made him call me. And then I wasn't home. So he would just call to listen to my answering machine. And then one day I actually picked up the phone and he was like, hey, I don't know if you remember me or not. Because I'd met him before because he was going out with a friend of mine. But I still didn't have any attention. And he was like, hey, I don't know if you remember me or not, but I'm Marty. And my brain, because I just came back from visiting my friend Brandy, went to that other Marty. And I was like, oh my gosh, hey. And I was so excited to talk to him. And he was just like surprised that I was so excited to talk to him. And then after a little while, he started figuring out that I was thinking he was somebody else. And he was like, I think you're confused about who I am. And at the same time, he's telling me who he actually is. My mom is downstairs calling me downstairs because I had just gotten home. And so she's telling me I need to get off the phone and come downstairs for a second. And he's telling me who he really is. And so as soon as he got out, like, who he was, I was like, oh, can you call me back in like 10 minutes? Because I had to just tell my mom he thought he would call back, and I just didn't because I didn't want to talk to who he actually was. But yeah, we were totally, like, insta love, and we were like super mushy, and yeah, we dated for 2 weeks. We were engaged for 3 and then got married.
And here I thought moving in with Tilson was fast. Okay, Terrell has another.
Oh, hold on. One of Alex Stern and the Night Doctor Working for Good Purpose. Haven't read it, but this was chosen by the Secret Society because she could see the dead.
I don't.
Would you rather read a book featuring a morally gray anti-hero or read a book featuring a sympathetic villain? A sympathetic villain for me, totally. I like a villain that you want, like, you want to feel for the villain. Like Heartless, I absolutely love Heartless.
I mean, I do love a sympathetic villain.
I don't like that one. I don't feel like she's sympathetic in that one.
I was sympathetic with her and her situation. But as someone who is a huge DC comic book fan, I kind of gotta go with the morally gray anti-hero because even though the character I'm about to mention is Marvel, but I gotta go with like Deadpool, who is like a morally gray anti-hero.
I like that.
So it's like, give me a character like Catwoman or like Deadpool that's like morally gray, or like Harley Quinn. I get more out of them and I'm more interested. Sympathetic villain, I'm like, most of the time I don't want to know that I'm sympathetic towards the villain.
Yeah, I like the villain that you really want to hate, but I also like the villain that you're like, okay, I really like this villain because, like, especially in some kind of like their origin story type thing, like Heartless. I love Heartless. I actually haven't read any of the Grishaverse books. I have.
Neither have I, but I own all 3. I have them, but I haven't read them.
Yeah, I have some of them. I'm not sure if I have all of them, but I have some of them, but I haven't read them yet.
Yes.
Lord,
yes. When it's not necessary, yes. I will state in a certain she shall not be named case she deserves all the cancel culture coming her way.
Yeah, I think there are some times when, yeah, it's necessary, like who Clint is referring to, that we don't discuss anymore. But
she who shall not be named.
I don't. There's a lot of people and businesses that are getting that I really don't think deserve it, because they may have said something that is like perfectly acceptable under every other like circumstance, but saying the exact same thing at just the wrong time can make them seem like a bad person or business, and then they're canceled. And I hate that, because, and then also, if you support said person or business or whatever, then you're canceled because you think they really didn't do anything wrong. So why should you stop supporting them? But then now, because you still support them, nobody will, you're canceled. And so, yeah, I think it's gotten to the extreme, and it's annoying.
I personally feel, I'm trying to figure out how to word this.
Yeah, that is a tricky thing to answer without saying something that could possibly get you canceled.
I feel like we have gone, I am all for backing up your people, standing together to fight whatever. But there's a time and a place for everything, and canceling someone just because, say, we'll take as an example, I don't read a lot of diverse nationality authors, as I feel like I read a lot, but when you actually look down to it, I don't really. But I don't really go out of my way to look for specific, like, I don't want to go, I'm just going to read that just because they're A and B. I want to read it. Is it something I'm interested in? Mm-hmm. I don't openly go to like this A, B, C, and D type thing. So it's like, I feel like canceling someone just because, oh, they don't have any of this on their bookshelves, that makes them automatically racist, is dumb, in my personal opinion. And we're moving on.
There is a whole thing around it, and I totally get the wanting to visit. Like, I have a whole series on my channel. Like, you have to look for it, but I did last year.
She read the series for the first time last year.
Yeah, maybe the year before last that I read the Harry Potter series for the first time. And I had live shows every month where we compared the book and the movie, because I hadn't watched the movies either. And so I watched them for the first time. And Xander and I, we were reading them together, and we did Harry Potter World, and I even at the end, I read The Cursed Child, and I went and saw the show, and it was an amazing show. But that was also prior to my knowledge of the type of human being that she is. And okay, the books, they made such an impact on the world. Like, they affected so many people, and they did so much good. So if you can separate the book, the work, and the author, the books were amazing, and they did amazing things, and they taught love and acceptance, and they taught all the things opposite of what she actually says. So yes, the books are phenomenal, but I personally, I'm not going to buy anything else that's like Harry Potter licensed, because I don't want to give her more money. I don't want to, I'm not going to, like, I've taken all of these books and all of the Harry Potter items off of my regular shelves. They're somewhere else. I'm not getting rid of them because I do still like them.
All of mine are in the closet on the shelves.
I think she's a horrible human being, and I don't want to promote it. So, yes, I understand. And if you can take the park separate from her, if you can take the books separate from her, then yeah.
As someone that Harry Potter has actually helped save me on more than one occasion, I used to have a copy of the first one that I had to replace that fell apart. Because how many times did I read the first one when I was getting bullied in high school for being who I am? And me reading a book about a kid who left a closet, who was told that he's special because he left said closet, made me feel better about who I was as a person.
Oh my
gosh. But hearing words said out of Rita Skeeter's mouth like that. Oh no, wait, she's not Rita Skeeter anymore. Out of Dolores Jane Umbridge's mouth disgusts me. And we have more questions. Let's go to the happier topic.
Book or series written by only one author, or read a book or series written by 2 or more authors. I mean, we just read Autoboyography by Christina Lauren. And if you haven't already seen it, you should go check out that live show that we did just a few hours ago. I personally, it doesn't really matter to me if it's a single author or an author duo. If just it's all in how well it's written. I think there are some that I can't think of one off the top of my head that I didn't really like, but I did enjoy Autoboyography. I really enjoy Emily Wibberley and Austin Stegman Broca. Their writing style is fabulous together.
I will just state that one of my all-time favorite series is House of Night, which is written by a mother and a daughter. So, and a lot of my other series that I love are written by one person. So I'm like, it depends on the book.
Yeah. Clint, what do you think of the cover of Broca's upcoming new Lover's Romance? What's Not to Love? Which comes out.
I personally think it's adorable, and I love the color scheme because you mentioned it, so I had to go look it up and pull it up.
Purple.
The colors of the books behind her are purple, pink, yellow, and blue. And it's like super pastel, and I think it's super cute.
It goes like aesthetically, like the style fits the rest of the book perfectly.
And I just think
dating and marriage of convenience. Go for it, Clint.
Fake dating is when people like what's their names? I can't think of their names right now, but Fix Her Up by Tessa Bailey is fake dating, where they pretend to date. A marriage of convenience is, hey, we're both in a predicament. Let's pretend to be married or actually get married. Or my understanding, marriage of convenience is my understanding, is because something happens and they have to get married because of society rules. Marriage of convenience.
Or, like, I need a Visa card. Or,
I'm going to marry you to protect you and your child.
Or the Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. There were some marriages.
You marry mine.
Like, she married the gay man so he wouldn't have to come out to public, and so he could still be with who he actually wanted to be with.
And so fake dating would be To All the Boys I Loved Before.
The Unhoneymooners about fake dating. Also, To All the Boys I Loved Before, fake dating.
And I have Unhoneymooners on a list here that Christina Lauren suggested for those of us that like autobiography type of style to read. It really does, and I still need to read their other one.
Which one?
The
Time of Our Lives?
Yes, Time of Our Lives. Still need to get it, and I still need to get me a copy of Always Never Yours so I can have them, because I don't like a lot of contemporary YA type stuff, but I really enjoy their writing style.
I like, if I'm being honest, Always Never Yours, I think I gave both of those 5 stars. Time of Our Lives, I gave a 4-star. Like, I think it's the first one that I've given not 5 stars. I really enjoyed it, but I don't know. It wasn't. I wasn't satisfied at the end.
I will state they did say in our live show that isn't it that they wrote this one before these two? Or is that the next one?
I don't recall.
It's either this one or the one next that they wrote before they wrote the others.
I know that Time of Our Lives is the first one that's not
Shakespeare.
Yeah.
And that's probably why you didn't enjoy it.
Quite possible. Well,
I gave both of their books 4.5 out of 5 stars. So watch me actually like Time of Our Lives.
Oh, we'll see. I'm curious how you're going to rate it.
I'm going to need to get it and maybe read it for December. I'll throw in more contemporaries because I feel like October and November is going to be a lot of thrillers and horror.
So do you guys have any questions or comments about what we're reading on for our next round, which is Merry Bookmas, which will be the entire month of December? Also, just to let you know, in addition to me and Clint hosting the Merry Bookmas, we will have another host. I invited her to come to the live show tonight, but she will not be. She's not home, so she couldn't be here for it. But Simply Kaylani is going to co-host with us as well. Oh gosh, we have questions. What's the one book in a series you would never read because of the cover change? Okay, I wouldn't say I'd never read it, because I'm absolutely 100% going to read it. But the next guitar book,
oh God, that cover is horrendous.
I'm not a fan of the cover, but the I love the series, so I'm going to read it.
I just, what the fuck were they thinking?
It doesn't match other covers.
So good, and I feel like they should have just done the next one, and it just be her sister on the cover instead of her, and it would have been just as cool because all of her books have people on the cover.
Yeah. Well, see, she did this like cover change for them, but they're all like paperbacks, and so this new one matches those covers, but this new one is hardcover, not paperback, so it doesn't really go with them either.
I feel like I need a company, one of these bookish companies, to release a book cover for it that will match our fucking covers.
Or, have a reversible cover so that if you don't like this cover, you can have something that matches the original.
Yes.
Have you read The Silent Wife by Karen Slaughter? No, but I probably should. Ooh, thank you, Xander. I love your what do you call it? Where it says Broken Beautiful Hearts by Cami Garcia, your little icon.
I still need to read, but you gifted it to me. You gifted it to me, and I still need to read it.
I had to get a tissue. I'm too shiny for this.
I have actually never read a single Karen Slaughter book, but I do have on my TBR for next month, The Good Daughter, if I get to it.
I have favorite books, but I don't know if I've actually read any of them yet. Do you guys think BEA/BookCon will be back at Javits next year? Probably. I probably won't.
You know,
Um,
yeah, with all wearing masks.
I probably won't go to it. I've been once. I'd rather go and visit another country. I agree.
Agreed.
What are your thoughts on the Breonna Taylor protest following the controversial grand jury decision earlier this week? I mean, I totally get the protest. Absolutely. I disagree with some of the decisions made. I don't like the fact that he didn't get charged for her death.
No one was charged with murder.
He was only charged for the shots that missed, which yeah.
I get in a fight with my family over that. So.
I don't know why I'm like so shiny right now. I think it's my highlighter. It's just bam. I'm trying to like. I don't know if y'all can see, but I did my makeup to match this book, and I have like glitter all over me. Like, my eyeshadow was like the colors from the book, and I got glitter all over my cheeks. I think I'm too shiny right now. You can't see it. I'm bright like a diamond.
So I'll bring a question. What is one or two books that you're excited to read soon?
Ooh. There's so many books that I'm excited to read, and some books that I'm excited to read that I know I'm not going to get to soon, unfortunately. Like, I literally, where is it? I just ordered a book and it came in today, and it's the second book in the York series by Laura Ruby. It's middle grade, and I really, really enjoyed reading the first book and immediately went and like found a copy of the second book that came in today. So I'm really looking forward to that, but I honestly don't know when I'm going to get to it because my TBRs are so insane.
Well, without saying the obvious that everyone knows because of how, like, I was just thinking about the first one, I will actually go with these two.
I really want to read The Ravens. Like, I really, really want to read The Ravens. I keep trying to enter giveaways and stuff for it.
Beacon Book Box for November. I'm pretty sure this is the book for their November book box, and I'm kind of tempted into ordering it. They mentioned a duo authors with sorority witches.
Yeah. I heard about this book like way before it was announced. Like, I talked to Danielle Page back in I guess it was in November. Yeah, it was in November at Y'all Fest. So it was a year ago.
You talked to her in Y'all Fest.
Yeah.
And you sent it to me and I flipped out.
Yeah. So I've known about this book for a year. And so I've just been waiting. Like before you could pre-order any of that, I've known about this book. So yeah. Favorite book with the word girl in the title? I don't know.
Hold on. Let me come through here for a second.
All right, let me look at my Goodreads. Let me see. I have to like look at my books. My head is swimming. I've had a lot of these little bottles. Like, I think I'm on my 6th little bottle. Let's see. Girl. Ooh, Girl Serpent Thorn. That was really good. I read that. Oh, yes. It was a 4-star. Muslim Girl Coming of Age. I read that in August, and that was a 5-star. It's a really short book. It's nonfiction. It's fabulous. Actually, let me sort these by rating. I found one, but I don't see girl in the title. Where's girl in it? Oh, I Hate Fairyland Volume 3. Good. I Hate Fairyland is like my all-time favorite graphic novels. And Volume 3 is Good Girl. So it's got girl in the title. So my 2 stars are Girl and I Hate Fairyland.
I'm just going to point out something really fast. In the 2 years I've been on booktube, I've read 2 books with the word girl in the title. But out of that, I'm going to have to go with Final Girls by Riley Sager.
Yeah, Goodreads makes it so much easier.
The other one was Slasher Girls and Monster Boys.
From what I've put into Goodreads, I've read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books with girl in the title. Though I have read Slasher Girls and Monster Boys or whatever, but that was like the time I wasn't putting stuff on Goodreads. So of those, only 2 of them were 5 stars. And that was the I Hate Fairyland Volume 3, Good Girl, and Muslim Girl Coming of Age. And then I had...
I don't remember when I read Fairyland, I Hate Fairyland, because I read those.
I have 3 that are 4 stars. We have Undead Girl Gang, Girl Serpent Thorn, and The Wrong Girl, which is the first book in the Freak House trilogy by C.J. Archer. I remember those. Oh my gosh, that was so good. I read that 3 years ago, and I still remember that story. It was really good.
Not a single one of the books I've read this year so far had the word girl in the title. I never noticed that, and that's kind of pissing me off now. Yeah, about that.
You know, for me, do I?
Let me still get my books situated where I need them to be, and then y'all will get a overview, because I don't know if I have the patience to do the whole pulling every single book out. Oh, Fangirl! The hell!
Oh, Fangirl was in my time that I wasn't putting things on Goodreads. I read that too.
I don't know why I didn't notice it. Sorry. I saw Pretty Lady TV put Fangirl at the bottom. I was just like, the hell?
So for my bookshelf tour, I'm still hoping. I haven't found all of my books. Like, some of my books are still packed away. Like, I know because I don't have all my Cassandra Clare books out yet.
If you do a book tour, would it be less than an hour, though?
I don't know.
Or would you have to do it in parts?
I mean, when I did it, my last one, it was like 450 plus books.
You surpassed now.
Bookshelves. I only had 6 bookshelves. Now I have 12. But I have to get all of my books. Like, I have to find my other books before I do that. I don't want to do a bookshelf tour until I find those books. So I still have some of them packed away. Oh, okay, good to know. Yes, I Hate Fairyland. Amazing. Oh my God, I love that series. Are we going to see more positive Afro Latinx representation in books in the near future? I believe so.
I hope so.
So. Oh, Sanity and Tallulah is so cute. I've read the first one and I have the second one. I really enjoy them. I think they're adorable. They're in space. They're so cute. Scotty Young has a new graphic novel called Middle West. There are 3 books out and it's also great. I haven't heard of that. I'm gonna Google that right now, or not Google it. Goodreads it.
Scotty Young's the one who did I Hate Fairyland.
Yeah, and I Hate Fairyland. Okay, I'm gonna look it up right now.
I love I Hate Fairyland too, but I wasn't as obsessed with it as you. Even though she's like mini Deadpool.
She's amazing. My brain is let's see. The lands between the coasts are vast, slow to change, and full of hidden magics. The town of Farmington has been destroyed, sending an unwitting adventurer and his vulpine companion in search of answers to quell a coming storm that speaks his name. From authors Scotty Young, I Hate Fairyland, and Deadpool, and artist George Corona, #1 with a Bullet, Feathers, Big Trouble in Little China, and Old Man Jack, comes the tale of Abel, a young boy who must navigate an old land in order to reconcile his family's history. I would totally read it.
Is that why she's a lot like Deadpool, because he writes Deadpool too? I didn't realize he did Deadpool.
I would still watch it. I'm not sure what we're behind on the comments, so I'm not sure what I would still watch it is about.
That's probably about our bookshelf tours.
Oh yeah. Favorite character from Always Never Yours by
the boy. I don't remember names, but the boy.
I mean, the main character, I guess. I really like her.
And favorite Christina Lauren side character, because I've only read one book. I gotta go Audie.
Yeah, I've only read this one. And so yeah, Audie.
Audie or the teacher?
Ambrosia or something like that. Yeah, I think the teacher's great. I love how he handled the book and everything and the grade.
I have that book and I started it, but I wasn't in the mood at the time for a book written like that. So I wanted to give it the recognition it deserved. So I put it down for now, put it back on my shelf so I can read it when I'm in the mood for something like that. So it doesn't hinder because I'm in a crappy mood.
Any unpopular opinions? But I just say what my opinions are, and I mean some of them may be popular opinions, others may not. I know a popular opinion is like everybody loved Wilder Girls. I didn't. It was too weird for me. But again, Pretty Lady, I saw that you mentioned Wilder Girls earlier, and if you like Wilder Girls, you would really like the Sandcastle Empire. I personally wasn't a fan, but I wasn't a fan of Wilder Girls, and they kind of fit together. So,
unpopular opinion. I don't like Holly Black. Solely for the second book in the middle grade. Not middle grade, her fairy, whatever. Her modern fairy tales.
Tithe?
Yeah, the second one to that. There's a scene where she walks in on her mother being fucked by her boyfriend, And there's a scene where she takes random powder that they stole from a fairy, and she was convinced to take it so she can see fairies. My personal opinion, that series originally came out as middle grade, and you're telling kids that it's okay to do drugs. Fuck you.
Wow. I didn't realize that was in there. I haven't read it. I have it, but
There's my 2 cents on that. Another unpopular opinion, Cassandra Clare, put Shadowhunters down. Put it down.
she has actually, like, this.
I'm kidding.
I love the Shadowhunters. As soon as you said Cassandra Clare, I was like, what?
I literally only said that to get your reaction.
Oh, like what?
Unpopular. Oh, I have another unpopular opinion. I just had it in my head. Give me a sec. I don't know what I was going to say now. Oh, unpopular opinion that might actually be a popular opinion. Just because you're a classic novel does not mean you're a good novel.
Another unpopular opinion, Anna Karenina sucks.
Unpopular opinion.
Anna Karenina. I know so many people love it. I think Anna Karenina sucks. Another one, I know a lot of people love the Flowers in the Attic series by V.C. Andrews, and I'm like, what the, really? Like, I have so, like, when I was talking about reading those originally, I had so many people tell me they loved that series as a kid, and after reading them, I'm like, why were you allowed to read that as a child? Like, those are not child appropriate books. And it's all like incest, and it was just
Hey.
in my opinion, that series is terrible.
That's not an unpopular opinion here. Now Terrell has some questions for us.
It's the Clint said it would be an hour long, so it's still much. Oh yeah. Which classic are better, Little Women or Anne of Green Gables? I haven't read Anne of Green Gables, but I've read Little Women, and I love. It's one of my new favorite classics.
I haven't read either, so I'm gonna base it based off the movies I've seen. I have to go with Little Women.
Yeah, Little Women is amazing.
Than Anna.
Which Bronte classics do you prefer better, Jane Eyre or Wuthering Heights? I haven't read either.
I haven't read either, but I really like the Wuthering Heights movie that I saw back in high school.
Yes, it is such a good little series. I've read the first 2 books in that series, and it is so stinking cute. And Sandra and I read them together. Love them. The Magic Misfits. Here.
Great. Oh my God! Why did you put 3 together?
What?
Why?
Why
what would we call that? If you could combine the Pride and Prejudice, Jane Eyre, and Wuthering Heights into one super epic love story, what would you call it? I would call it Gothic from Hell. Because those are 3 really gothic as hell love stories.
Okay, so I haven't read Jane Eyre or Wuthering Heights, but I've read Pride and Prejudice. And here's another unpopular opinion. I don't like Pride and Prejudice. I don't like Mr. Darcy. I don't like that.
Unpopular opinion, Mr. Knightley is better than Mr. Darcy, just saying.
And I'm just not a fan of Pride and Prejudice. I've read some retellings of Pride and Prejudice that I actually like better than Pride and Prejudice, but I'm not really a fan of it. What gets me about Cassandra Clare, she jumps from time period to another time period, but I love the Herondales. Yeah, but if you read all of them in like a particular order, it works so well. And I'm drunk, so that's why my eyes are big. I have to consult the family tree because I forget who's related to who. That I get. That's the very beginning.
I'm just over here like, girl, put them down. Leave them alone. Let them breathe for a little.
Oh my gosh, yes, Xander is so stinking cute, and he's all grown up now. He's taller than me, y'all. Also, it's not in the description right now, but actually it's in the description of the video I posted this morning. His little ROTC group at school is trying to raise money, and I put in the description of that video a link if anybody wants to go and help donate to his ROTC, like the little fundraiser they're doing. I put the link in that description. If y'all want to go and help out his little school group, I can click that link and help him out. He is, oh my gosh, hold on. I have to show you. Like, I put this in my video that I posted this morning, but I have a picture of him in his little ROTC uniform. When he came downstairs wearing this little outfit, I like teared up because he was just so freaking handsome. Like, okay, focus on this boy. This does not work like my camera. I keep trying to touch the screen to get it to focus. But yeah, he's in his little uniform. He's all handsome. Y'all watch the video I posted this morning. You'll see him.
Huh?
Talking about you in your uniform. You could go put it on.
No.
No.
You in your uniform. You can like stand right here and show me your uniform.
Favorite 4 books that actually creeped you out?
It looks like I'm wearing dress clothes since I don't have any.
Oh, that's easy. This one. I just read this, and this is middle grade, and it's terrifying, and it is so good. This is like my only 5-star this month, and yeah, it's really, really good.
I don't know if it's labeled horror, but the second book to the Diviner series, Layer of Dreams, gave me nightmares. Where I couldn't sleep.
This creeped me out more than that. For real. There is a super creepy monster. There's witches, there's ghosts, but
Read the next comment. It's so true, though. It's so true. Who's gonna win out? Cassandra Clare will always win out.
So, like,
because Cassandra Clare doesn't charge $27 for a book we've already read from a different person's perspective.
yeah, I mean, Cassandra Clare totally wins out on that because, I mean, besides she's got like 50 freaking books, where Stephanie Meyer has like, what, 4, 5? I mean, and yeah, they both have the movies. And Cassandra Clare's also got the TV series. I think Cassandra Clare probably wins that one. Sorry to those who love them, but unpopular opinion, I'm over Twilight. I don't really want to read Midnight Sun. I mean, I liked it at the time, but I'm over. I liked it at the time.
Not an unpopular opinion, just saying that is a popular opinion.
I would read Midnight Sun, I think, but I certainly wouldn't buy the book like brand new unless I could get it somewhere cheaper. Like if Books A Million had it in their bargain books, or it was on Book Outlet or something along those lines. If I could get it cheap and not pay like $20-something for the book, then I would consider reading it. But to read the same story from a different perspective for that much money, no. What's the one middle grade book that made you laugh? Trying to think. I've read a lot of middle grade this month.
I haven't read that much middle grade.
Well, I read The Train to Impossible Places, and that train runs on bananas, which I thought was pretty funny.
I will go with the classic middle grade and go with Wizard of Oz.
That made you laugh?
I can't remember which one in the series it is.
I think I need to drink water.
When Scarecrow got a girlfriend. That book. I don't remember which one that is, but that made me laugh. And Percy Jackson makes me laugh, and Percy Jackson's labeled middle grade.
Okay, yeah. You know what? Percy Jackson makes me laugh because I'm just like, Percy is oblivious. He's
Just wait. Just wait. You get to Jason. Oh my God.
Percy. He's sweet. He's adorable, but he's dense.
Nah.
He's oblivious.
Nah. Wait till you get to Jason.
So yeah, that makes me laugh. But yeah, I've read a good bit. I'm looking at my stack over here of books I read this month. Other than this one, my favorite, I had a couple of really good middle grades this month. Clicked by Tamara Ireland Stone was really good. And it's about like a girl who does this coding camp and makes this app and for a competition, and the app goes viral. But then there's a glitch and it starts sharing everybody's secrets, and there's a problem. That one was really good. Also, York. I immediately had to buy the next book in that series.
Have a good night, Terrell.
Good night, Terrell. Thank you for coming in and asking all your fabulous questions.
Yes, thank you for all the philosophical questions and stuff you always ask us. You really make us think.
I know. There's sometimes, I love Terrell, but sometimes he'll ask the questions like the difference between friends and lovers and enemies to lovers, and I'm like, one's friends and one's enemies.
Or there's the questions that I'm like, I haven't read that though. I don't know.
I think Terrell is a whole lot smarter than I am.
Hello.
Because I'm like, there's a lot of questions. I'm like, I feel dumb trying to answer because I'm just like, I'm not smart enough to answer this question. But I love the questions. I love, Terrell always asking these amazing questions. But I'm not necessarily smart enough to answer them sometimes. Or sometimes I don't have an answer. Like, which do you prefer? I'm like, I like them both. I don't know. I want to read them both. Give me all the books. I want to read all the books.
I'll throw out a question. If you had to get rid of one book genre, what would you get rid of?
One book genre, horror, I guess. Like for real horror, I think that would probably, if I had to get rid of one, I love, like this was my only 5-star this month. And I would say this probably classifies as like middle grade horror, and I loved it. But no.
I would get rid of.
I guess that would probably be it because I just don't read a whole lot of horror. So if I had to pick just one genre that I had to cut out, I would pick one that I read the least amount of, I guess.
Westerns will go. Bye.
Oh, wait. I want to talk about just ones that I actually read.
No, any genre you have to get rid of for good and never see them again.
I could get rid of historical fiction, but yeah, Westerns, totally. I don't like
Westerns, and then in my personal opinion, Christian fiction, but I get why there's a need for it. I'm just not a fan of, personally.
I'm not a fan of, but I have read some that I'm like, I really like the story.
Give me the movies. I'd rather do the movies.
The Saturday Night Brunch Club or whatever, I really liked that whole story. I liked the whole series. I read the whole series, but and there's like a little bit of a Christian, because it is Christian fiction, but there is like a little bit of that in the story, but it's not so much that it completely takes away from the
So
actual.
you have a question. One that's perfectly aimed at you.
That is such a hard question.
I will say, while she's trying to think of an answer, I do have 2 book boxes coming my way. I have the October Bookish box, and I have the Beacon Book Box Vampire Special Edition that I get to rate book boxes now because I have the money to afford one.
Okay.
But she's a subscription lady over here.
I have tried many different book subscription boxes. And there are certain ones that I absolutely love for different reasons. So I love Owlcrate and Owlcrate Jr. because for like Owlcrate, the regular Owlcrate, I love them because the book that they usually have is the most hyped, most popular. That is the book that everybody's going to read book. And that's also the book that's going to be in like 15 other book boxes. So that's why I'm very particular about what other book boxes I get. I love Owlcrate. I have been a member of Owlcrate for several years now, and I love it. I also love their Owlcrate Jr. for their middle grade books. That's the only middle grade subscription box that I get. Love that. Now, there are a couple other boxes that I get on a regular basis because I also really love those boxes for different reasons. I absolutely 100% love the Once Upon a Book Club box. It's incredibly interactive. It's so much fun. You get the book, you get all these different gifts that are wrapped with page numbers so you don't know what's in the box. And as you're reading the book, you get to certain pages and there's a post-it note in the book that says open your gift for that page. And you go into your box and you find the gift that has that page number on it and you open it up. And it's something that goes along with what's happening in the story at that very moment. And so it makes the book super, super interactive. And I love that. And then another really popular book box. Oh, and that's, I prefer, as far as the Once Upon a Book Club, I really prefer the young adult, the adult, but it depends on what type of books you like. Typically, the books aren't necessarily ones that I would want to read, but their YA box are ones that I would want to read. Now for the other box, the Unplugged book box, they have 2 boxes. They have an adult and a YA as well. Their books are not like the other boxes. They're going to be, they're very different, maybe sci-fi or horror. That they're not the books that you hear a lot about, but they also sound really, really, really good. And I'm really excited to read these books, and they all sound really, really cool. And it's the same for both the YA and the adult. So I'm excited for both of those boxes, and they come with like a lot of self-care things, stuff like that. And so they're really cool boxes when they're on. So those are my like regular go-to favorite book boxes. Melanie, you may like the September book. For which box? For Owlcrate? I don't know.
Sorry, I got asked if I was going to a drag show tonight, and I might.
Very light. Oh, I'll create the sprayed edges sometimes too. I typically go with Owl Crate over Fairy Loot because of price. Because they both cost about the same, but then Owl Crate's cheaper because of shipping. And I've been with Owl Crate longer.
I'm looking forward to the Beacon book box because I've never got to see it in person. And I know it's their special edition box, so it's going to determine on if I want to do another special edition box from them. But I'm also super excited for the Bookish box because not many people unbox it. And it's something a little different. And I'm kind of interested in seeing what sets it aside from all the others. To answer your question, I haven't watched an episode yet, but I really need to.
I have no idea.
You have that entire speech that she says to that one white woman in that.
No one white woman.
I haven't seen the show, but it's the whole. The white woman walks up to their table and there was like, I seen a man in a dress, and she just goes off on her. Like, it is like to die for going off on. And then she stops and takes a drink, and one of the other girls is like, lubricate your throat, honey. Lubricate your throat before you go off on them. And I'm like, yes. And that is the true tea. Come attack us. Drag queens all damn day, even though I know they're the trans girls right there, but come attack any of us and you'll see coming back at you just like that. Just saying. I've gotten people fired from IHOP for standing off to the side talking shit about an entire table of gays and lesbians. And I hear words like dyke and fag and derogatory terms related to people's race and stuff like that. And I got the bitch fired. Fuck with us. Especially if I'm in a pair of heels. I don't know why I got so hyped right then. I apologize.
My face is gone wrong.
I'm sober. You're not. What the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, I think I've had 6 of those little bottles, or maybe 7.
I mean, and yes, I've heard.
I'm like, hi, honey.
I'm like, I've heard it's so good, and it's on my to watch list. It's just between my sneak peek over here of October's TBR and the other shows that I'm in the middle of watching. I'll get to it eventually. I'll probably get to it whenever the show's no longer on the air, and I'll just binge watch the entire show. But if you like Pose, if you add a little bit more sex to it, Queer as Folk is to die for.
I only asked because you said something about a drag show. The ballroom is the best part of the show. SM8. I hate those words. I have 3 gay sisters and a gay cousin. I wouldn't be rude or anything. Oh, we don't think you're rude.
Oh, no, we don't think you're rude at all. No. I'm just like, honey. I was just talking about that speech that I love that is used all over TikTok.
Oh, honey, I have seen what Clint can do. Girl, I've seen him do flips.
Listen, I do cartwheels and roundoffs and death drops and splits and everything. And if there was a way for me to upload the videos to YouTube, I would, but
I wish I could do the things Clint can do. I'd break myself.
I mean, knowing her, she could get into one of her little vlogs and like show a clip from Facebook, but
I probably still have them somewhere.
I mean, I can tag you in them. if you like.
Yeah,
I am working on ideas for a comeback.
I need water. I gotta switch.
And if I decide to make a comeback, I may post my video on YouTube.
I have tried so many times to get him to do a video in drag. Like, I've begged him to do a video in drag. And I was this close, literally, I was this close to getting him to do our last live show in drag.
I had it all planned. I had a friend of mine was going to paint me so I would be perfection. And I had an idea. We were going to put a wig. I was just going to wear a shirt, didn't have to wear the rest of the body. I was just going to be like from here up anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. But unfortunately, I had to work.
Yes. A real flip. You'd be amazed.
I was skinnier back then as well. Last time I performed, I weighed like 40 pounds less.
Yeah, the lighter you are, things like that. I mean, I've never been able to do any kind of flip. So even when I once upon a time, I was itty bitty. Once upon a time. When I finished high school, I was 98 pounds. Yeah. Once upon a time, I was itty bitty.
I haven't been 98 pounds since 7th grade.
Huh?
I haven't been 98 pounds since 7th grade.
Yeah, that's why Xander is such a little bitty thing. It's because he's like me, and he's just a teeny tiny thing. Like, the kid is like 68 pounds. He literally is like 68 pounds and a freshman in high school. He's a teeny tiny guy. I was a teeny tiny girl. We're from a teeny tiny world. And I'm a teeny tiny bit drunk. Okay, somebody asked me a question. Clint.
Huh?
Hi.
Hi.
What are you doing?
Sorry, they're still asking about if I'm going tonight or not.
Are you going tonight?
Possibly. Because it's the reunion show for those performers that used to perform a lot at Rec Room, which is where I got my start at, was at Rec Room, so many years ago. Since 2011? No, 2013 is what I performed, yes. March 1st, 2013.
Dude, it's not even 8 o'clock. And
It's not even 7 o'clock. Listen.
Yeah, but you're like number 2. I'm on like I have to go to water. And it's not even 8 o'clock here.
So, any more questions?
I need to go to Oklahoma and go to all the drag things with you.
Yes. Granted, we would only go to one drag club because we ain't about that life. We ain't about that district right now because we don't like how they run things, how racist some of the bars are and stuff like that right now. We don't support. But I can take you to some kick-ass lesbian bars.
Would I be a hit with the lesbian bar?
We could go to Alibis on a Wednesday night and play Dirty Bingo.
What's Dirty Bingo?
Well, everything on the bingo card is something dirty. I still would like my friends to explain to me what a rubber fucky is. Because I don't understand. Something about a rubber duck and sex is all I know. Lesbians are interesting is all I know.
I would think
Because we were playing bingo and I was like stamping things, and then I heard rubber fucky, and I went, "What the fuck's a rubber fucky?"
I'm gonna Google it. This is probably a bad idea. Is it IE or Y?
I think it's IE.
IE. Okay. Okay. What?
Oh God, let me Google too, just in case you can't say it out loud.
I'm clicking on something, but I'm not probably. Oh, it's a video. Hold on. Oh crap. Yes.
They're all videos. Definition.
They all have to do with something in Sienna West, is what I'm seeing.
On.
They're all
Anatomically, whoa, what the whoa. Anatomically correct rubber doll that you screw in the bathtub because you cannot get a real person willing to fuck you.
Wait, what?
Anatomically correct rubber doll that you screw into the bathtub because you cannot get a real person willing to fuck you.
Ah, that's what it is then. Okay.
Thank you, Urban Dictionary. And apparently it ends with a Y, not an IE.
Yeah, with an IE, you're going to find a lot of videos.
Rubber fuckies is a special code name for a condom that you plan to wear while enjoying intercourse in the shower or a hot tub.
Let me ask Marty.
Ew! Ew! Ew!
Somebody wonder how it would go over with Marty if Melanie went to a lesbian bar and she got picked up.
I wouldn't let you leave with anyone, but that would be awesome.
He said, what? I need your response here. Wonder how it would go over with Marty if Melanie went to a lesbian bar and she got picked up. Me too. You wonder how it would go? He said he has no idea.
I mean, I wouldn't let you leave with anyone, but...
He said, what's the worst that can happen?
I'm like, what happens in Oklahoma stays in Oklahoma, I guess. Aw.
Yay, thank you.
Yes, books for the win.
We love books. Books are our children.
I mean, my last name, my last name is Read like you read a book. READ. It's in my blood to love books.
Alcohol's in my blood right now. Like over flooded with alcohol. Marty, he's like over flooded.
Lord Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Could you imagine if you and I were both, could you imagine if you and I were both drunk out at the clubs?
We'd have so much fun. Oh my God, we'd have so much fun.
We really would.
we'd be singing. I have heard you drunk singing. We would be singing. We would be dancing. We would be
You don't know my life.
Clint likes to send me drunk videos on Snapchat or I think Snapchat. He likes to send me drunk videos of him singing.
I mean, I don't know if I was drunk in those videos. I think I was sober in some of them.
Yeah, and some of them were sober, some of them you were drunk. Some of them you were obviously drunk.
Yeah, about that.
Oh, if we were friends, like back when I lived in Maryland, you would have gotten plenty of those from me. Once upon a time, I bartended. Once upon a time, I was a karaoke DJ.
Once upon a time, I used to live every weekend out at the clubs.
Dude, once upon a time, I lived every Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday at the clubs.
I would perform on Fridays, but Saturdays I'd be out there drinking.
Wednesday, this is in California. Wednesday, I would go, I forget what the name of the bar was, but it was where I would go dancing. And then Friday and Saturday, I would go to this other place. It was like an Irish pub for karaoke. That was my thing. That was back when I was, holy crap. I was like 23. That was a long time ago.
I would have been 13.
Yeah, I was partying it up when you were 13.
I mean, I did all my partying before I turned 21. So playing strip poker with 4 straight guys and you're the only gay guy and you're winning and they're not because y'all are drunk and they were like it was one of theirs idea to play strip poker because they want to see the gay guy sweat by losing his clothes. I'm like, I'm not losing my clothes, you guys are. I'm kicking your fucking ass. What the hell's going on here?
The gay guy is playing strip poker.
I was like, you're just getting
Don't care if I get naked. I want to see you guys get naked.
Oh, well, that was a fun night too.
Oh my goodness. I'm just thinking back to those 20s times. There was a lot of partying. I feel old now.
I wish I could go back to, what is it, a couple of months ago? And I wouldn't be 30. And forever.
I was going out 3 nights a week and I was partying and it was easy. And then now like the only time I get drunk anymore is when we have our drunk live shows once a season. So 4 times a year, you guys get to see me drunk. That's pretty much it.
And our next drunk live show is going to be even more fun because it'll be the last one of 2020.
Yeah, I'm excited. So that's going to be an early one because I think we're going to do our live show in the middle of the month, like the second week in or something like that, just because of holidays and stuff.
Yeah.
Like with
What works for everybody involved.
my brain is floating in my head.
But me and Mel just might have to come back for a live show on New Year's Eve.
We might.
Yeah.
That might be cool. I have to look at my schedule.
I know. It was just an idea that popped in my head because I was like
this is not discussed.
It popped in my head. I was like, it's a countdown to 2020's dead.
That would be kind of fun though, because I think a lot of people aren't going to be able to do a whole lot of like 2020 countdown stuff. So it might be kind of fun to do like a live countdown for each place. Time zone. That's the word. I'm drunk. Words are hard.
And we can start it off just talking about some of our favorite books we read, any books we're excited for the next year.
Yeah.
Bridget Kimmerer.
I'm gonna write Kaylani and let her know we're still live. Because Kaylani, I invited her to join us for the live show if she got home in time. But I don't know if she's gonna get home in time. Can you tell?
New Year's is a Friday.
What?
New
Is
Year's
it?
Eve is a Thursday.
Man, autofill, like the words like automatically picking. Yeah, that's really helpful sometimes because I don't have to actually type. So I actually was able to like put it in without typing. Just wanted to let you know that without having to type it out. We still live, not living live. Just want to let you know that we are still living
On Facebook. YouTube. Sorry, YouTube.
I am so hot right now.
More questions?
People are just having fun watching us, I think, because we're entertaining. Wait, what? There's a Percy Jackson adaptation for Disney Plus.
Yeah, I thought that's why we were buddy reading it, so we could all prepare to watch the show. And you had never read the books, so we're going through the Rick Riordan because he's not an asshole like J.K. Rowling. Oh wait,
I didn't realize there was a movie that he hated.
I think the movies were kind of cute if you separate them from the books.
I think, like, I know Rick Riordan hated the books.
The movies, yeah.
The books. He hated the movies because they made Percy Jackson older and stuff, and he wanted Percy.
Annabeth is not blonde, which pisses me off.
Oh, honey, it was way more than 2. I've had
6.
I have had 7 of these little boxes.
And I do like the idea of all of us going through all of Rick Riordan's stuff with you to be introduced to the other books that are up there with J.K. Rowling and give you a better inspiration.
We've been reading them on my little Twitter buddy reads group, which anybody that wants to be part of my little Twitter buddy reads group can just write me and let me know they want to be part of the group, and I'll add them. I think we have like 12 people in our group right now, but we've been reading a different Percy Jackson or a different Rick Riordan book each month. Right now, we're working our way through the Percy Jackson series. So October, we're reading The Battle of the Labyrinth or something like that. But yeah, each month we're going through those books. Not really doing a live show for them, but yeah,
if you want.
So yeah, if you've got Twitter, send me a message at Completely Mel, and I'll add you to the group. If you want to be part of our group, we read different books.
When we do our live show for the end of the year.
Hey, it's Kalani.
Hi, guys. Hi. Oh, wait, let me get in the actual shot. There we go.
Hi. Welcome to the halfway sober and one completely drunk.
Oh, good. I have a drink too.
I've had 7 of these little bottles of wine.
She's gone. This is gonna be fun.
Thank goodness there's like auto fill out and I don't have to type these words.
Oh my gosh, 7?
Yeah, I'm like, there's like maybe 4 times a year that y'all see me inebriated, and it's only at these live shows.
Well, I need to catch up.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm drinking water right now.
Nice to finally meet you.
Yes, hi Clint. It's so nice to meet
Hi.
you.
I'm like, I do watch your videos and comment from time
Yes.
to time.
I know. I watch your videos too. I'm not a good commenter, but I try to watch everything.
I'm a terrible commenter.
TV.
Hmm?
A lot of my videos, I'll watch them on TV, and then I'll try to remember to go back to comment because I'm like, I just see them in the background. Oh, they posted a new video. Click while I'm reading, watching their video and reading.
I cannot do that. Oh my gosh.
No, me either. I'm like, if I'm watching a video, I'm watching it. Like maybe do makeup and watch it, but I can't, like, my brain can't be on two completely.
See, I can watch videos and do different things, but I cannot read and do different things. It has to be like silence for me.
Yeah, same.
Lala's the easiest one to read to while she's like talking in the background with her vlog videos. Like, I'll look up from time to time going, oh, this is cool. Cool.
Yeah, because she doesn't do a lot of time lapses. She does a lot of talking.
Yes.
And so it's like, and her voice is super like soothing and relaxing.
Yeah, I can't do actively listening to somebody and reading. I just can't do that.
Nope.
I love watching Books and Lala's videos, so I'll strictly just watch her video. I can't do anything else. Strictly read.
Growing up with a handicapped sister and being where I was feeding her while doing my homework, while having the TV on for her, while I'm listening to music and I'm reading all at the same time, you learn to multitask because you want to do things before you throw them outside.
You're not wrong about that.
That's serious multitasking.
Unless I'm from Oklahoma, there's nothing else to do. You learn to
So
multitask.
we did do a little announcement earlier, announcing you as our future co-host for the Mary Bookmas.
Which I'm excited about.
Yes, I'm so excited. Thank you so much for asking me to join. I cannot wait.
We're excited. We both enjoy watching your videos. I can't remember. I think it was shortly after you subscribed to my channel. I did this. This is how I found Clint. Was when somebody subscribes to my channel. Not always do I do this, but a lot of times I'll try to see if they have a channel as well, and then I'll watch some of their videos. And I watched one of yours, and I was just like, "Oh my god, I love her." It was the very first video I think I commented on with yours, and you had, like, I was just like, you had eyeliner gold, and I was like, "Hey, her eyeliner is awesome! I wish I could do eyeliner like that." And I commented, and that was, I think, the first video of yours that I watched.
Yeah, go for it. Sorry, guys.
I think that was the first video of yours I watched that I commented on, and I was like, I said something about your eyeliner. It was just so amazing.
Yeah.
And I love watching your vlog, and your like bingo picks my PBR.
Yes, that was a while ago. That was like several months ago.
The first video of yours that I saw, I do believe I'm getting videos correctly. I watch way too much booktube. Was you did a fall into reading-a-thon. I do believe it was one of the read-a-thons you did a TBR.
Oh, the spring into reading-a-thon.
Spring into reading-a-thon. And because we go to YouTube just to see if anyone's doing it, just to see the TBR, like I'm always commenting. And I commented, and then I went back and watched a few more of your videos, and I've watched you since.
Yay!
Hold on, let me pull it up.
I cannot see the chat. I'm on my phone. I'm at a party right now. So.
I'm going to. Somebody asked what your channel was, and so I'm going to link it.
I saw it come up, but I can't like see the chat bar. Usually, like when you're on a laptop, you can see a chat bar.
Yeah.
And I can't see any of that.
I try to put like all of the questions and stuff up.
How
I'm
did everything
struggling
go
with
with Christina Lauren?
It went great. It was about an hour long.
Uh-huh.
It was really.
I think it's still the most. It's the most we've ever dissected a book on any of our season-a-thons.
Really?
We dissected this book to the core.
Yeah. We definitely talked about pretty much every aspect of this book. Also, if anybody's looking, her channel's called Kaylani Simply Me. I did put the link in the chat if you want to check it out, but I'm also going to put her channel name in the chat as she has it. There you go. And
It's also underneath her too, so but
I don't know how well it can be seen. I did my makeup to match the book.
Oh my gosh, that is so cute. You killed it.
Now, but yeah. I did like the yellow, pink, and then purple. And then I had the blue, and my lips earlier were sort of a bluish color. And I had like little gold glitter all over to make this.
she got hot and wiped it all off.
Yeah, but I've been like, whew, I'm sweating, I'm shining, I'm patting. Yeah, this is not sober me.
You know what? Sometimes we don't need sober you. We just need drunk you.
I'm like, it's 2020. Who needs sober anyone?
Yeah, seriously. This year requires non-sober anybody.
I'm surprised there's anybody sober at any point.
Yeah,
Teachers,
seriously.
parents.
Anybody.
I was shocked that parents were sober during the time that they had to deal with their own kids.
They weren't.
Yeah, I know a few parents that are like, if we have to homeschool, where's our tequila?
Yep.
My friend Donna across the street, was it Friday, Saturday, or wait, not Saturday, Thursday or Friday, she was like, yeah, when they had their lunch break, I had to go buy wine. I'm like, I get you, girl. That's why Xander's
like that. Yeah, I can't even imagine what it's like as parents during this time. It's crazy.
I homeschooled for years, so it wasn't a big deal for me. Xander's like, if I can go to school, I want to go to school. He's like, let me get away from you, Mom. I love you, but bye.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just sitting over here going, I'm happy I'm gay and don't have kids right now. That's the one beauty of this, because I'm watching my friends go through hell with their like 7 and 8, 9-year-olds, and I'm just like,
Yes, everybody.
Oh, well, yes, especially when people are shouting out and attacking people at polling offices and won't let them in.
Yes, please vote. Everyone,
Apparently,
please.
it's their right to yell at us if we're taking their rights away. But if they're trying to take away ours, it's a completely different story. But that's none of my business.
Oh my gosh. Okay. As far as what there is to do here and what there is to see and just the environment, I love where I live. However, there are definitely things about here that I don't like. Like, there are so many cars and house signs and such that are like pro-Trump. And I'm just like, can I run you over? But
As
no,
the only liberal in my family, I feel you. I'm from rednecks and hillbillies. I'm the only liberal.
Okay, so there was one day that I was going out of town to visit a friend, and I had to go, like, I live just outside Chattanooga, Tennessee. And the day that I was going to be traveling, I was leaving home late, unfortunately, that day. And I had to go through downtown Chattanooga at the exact wrong time because Trump was here. And he was here at like the college where my daughter goes to school and was having this big rally and everything. And I happened to have to go through Chattanooga at the same time that they were letting out of this rally. So I was surrounded by like all these Trump vehicles. And there was like this big pickup truck in front of me that had just like all of the like massive Trump things all over it. And I was just like, God, I hate this place.
Come to my work. Come see how I get treated on a certain occasion when certain people walk in with certain masks on their face, and then they see a little gay boy behind the counter.
There's a fast food place that has like, you know how they change the letters to say whatever? There's one that says vote righteousness. And every time I see that, all I can think is vote literacy or vote literate.
It's crazy. Melanie, I didn't know that you lived in Tennessee. I was just there in June.
Oh yeah, what part?
I went to
This is my boy.
What the hell? Where the hell was I?
Your house.
I was like 2 hours from Knoxville.
2 hours where from Knoxville? Because I'm 2 hours from Knoxville.
So we were 45 minutes. I don't know my directions up, I think, from the airport.
From the Nashville airport?
Yes.
Okay, so you were still about 2 to 3 hours from me. So here's Nashville, here's Knoxville, here's Chattanooga.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you're about 2 hours from me.
And I'm just from bumfuck Egypt, Oklahoma. In the middle of nowhere. I'm in a town called Yukon.
Whereas I live in Orange County, California. We're all very like spread out.
We are very spread out. Where in California are you?
I live in Orange County, so I live in South Orange County. It's a little town called Lake Forest.
So technically we diagonal across the United States.
I'm
Pretty
gonna
much.
A weird diagonal.
So like Irvine would probably be like
These results.
Anaheim is probably like the biggest known city in Orange County, and then you have LA. But Anaheim is where Disneyland is, and I'm like 45 minutes from Disneyland.
So you're pretty much like 30 minutes away from Chelsea Dolling.
Oh, Chelsea Dolling from Chelsea Dolling Reads. She's another booktuber.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
I actually have probably been right through your town before.
Really? Lake Forest?
Probably, yeah. I used to live in the San Diego area.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I work in San Clemente, which is the last city you hit before you hit Camp Pendleton.
Mm-hmm.
So
I shockingly know where y'all are talking about now. I've caught up.
Yep. I work in a little bookstore in there.
I've been like up to LA, and I've been to Camp Pendleton and stuff. But yeah, I lived in like La Mesa, El Cajon, San Diego. So yeah.
I'm just from the South.
Huh?
Like, I'm just from the South. The only other state I've lived in is Arkansas, which is even more southern than Oklahoma. And I have family in Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi, Missouri, Arizona, Indiana, and Maine. The two random ones. But Indiana is the southern state of the North. Because they're pretty southerners.
Marty, he was in the Navy, so he moved around. Do you have a lot of feedback there or something? I could hear something. It sounded weird. Yeah, Marty was in the Navy, And so we moved around a lot. So we lived in that San Diego area while he was in the Navy.
Got it.
But yeah, we've lived all over the place.
And Purple Rain Hearts is apparently an hour and a half away from you.
I saw that. You know, with the exception of like the yay Trump, I love where I live. Like this has been, out of all the places I live, this has probably been my favorite. But the Go Trump is not my favorite. I'm not.
See, like I live in a very interesting, like, political climate because we're very split. We have a lot of Trump supporters. We have a lot of Biden supporters. So it's like you're kind of seeing it come from every angle, especially in Orange County.
Oh, thank you.
That is so sweet.
It can be a little like nerve-wracking getting in front of a camera, especially in the beginning. I think a lot of people, when they very first start, are very awkward and very uncomfortable in front of the camera. And
We're not going to talk about our first couple of videos.
funny because, like, you know, I'm doing this series now where it's the Have I Read It? And I'm looking at these videos from 3 years ago, and I'm just like, my video quality was crap. My video quality was horrendous. My sound was bad. I was using my phone. I had it propped up on boxes. My cat was shaking things. So it was like my video was all shaky. And I'm just like, I've grown so much now. And it was very awkward in the beginning, talking to a camera and, you know, not actually having a person to conversate with. But I don't know, you just get kind of used to it after a while.
Yeah, I started my channel in the beauty community, which is definitely different from booktube. And I was watching one of my first videos and it was so cringy. Like I have this terrible like white background that I refuse to iron. So it would literally just have wrinkles everywhere. And I turned up the white balance so high so that you wouldn't see the wrinkles. But you couldn't see anything else. It was just like extremely white. And then I would wear white shirts and you couldn't see the shirts. And I had my phone tripod on a box, and every time I would go to move to like do my makeup, it would like shake every time, and I was like, this is terrible.
Okay, because of you and your whole what have I read it, I've gone back and watched some of my first videos and tried to see what kind of books that I was hauling. Yeah, I haven't changed much when it comes to reading taste. I just have gotten better quality of books. Because looking back at it, I was like, well, that's problematic. That's problematic. That's not even problematic in an okay way. When did I ever think I would ever be interested in a book like that? Did BookTube make me buy this?
You know,
years?
BookTube still gives me a lot of books.
Girl, you seem
I know. I went back and I watched my first haul, and then I started watching them as I continued on, and I was thinking, if I did this, I would be reading like 30 books a month. So I can't do that.
Girl,
I hauled 2 book outlet hauls.
average 24 books a month. And I'm doing this to myself because I'm doing my Have I Read It and my Wheel of TBR, and then I'm also doing readathons. And August I did like 24 books, and September I had to do like 24 books. And y'all haven't seen my October Have I Read It or Wheel of TBR, but it's going to be like 24 books, and I'm supposed to be taking it easy. And
I know I have 20 books set aside for October, but that's just because I can't shorten the list because I'm excited for all of them. So it's one of those, like, I'm just going to see how many I can get read out of it. If I hit 10, awesome. If I don't, still awesome. But if I read all 20, then what the fuck did I do in October? Apparently I had no life. But I know.
See, I'm the opposite. Because at this point, in the end of September, I'm in the weirdest slump of my life. Like, I don't want to read. I don't want to film videos. I don't want to edit videos. I don't want to do any of it. And I'm like trying to push myself out of it, but also trying to give myself space to have like a mental health situation. And so October, I'm like, what the hell am I going to do? I don't even know what I'm going to do.
I was thinking earlier, I think it was between live shows. What I do for like organizing and how I manage to get my videos out and everything. And I don't know, it helps me. I have one of these little happy planner, and it's the format that goes like has the 3 squares.
Mm-hmm.
And I get these little post-it notes here that you can get like super cheap, especially right now because of like school supplies. And I color coordinate. So I do pink for videos that I need to film, blue for videos I need to edit, and then these are like my when they post. So I know each day what I need to start filming, what I need to edit, what I need to upload, like what's posting that day. So I need to go on and make sure I have comments and stuff. And I don't know, it's helpful for me.
See, I do a system like that too. I have a system, and I'll get motivated right after I put everything in like the little notebook, and then 3 days later, I'm like, I don't wanna edit this, you know.
See, my organization is my ratings for books and what books I've read. Like, I color code my ratings.
So pretty.
And then I line write them all down. So when at the end of the year, I can pick out my best books of the year. But that's my OCD kicking in.
One of the benefits of these post-it notes is you can pull them off and move them wherever you need to move them. So if you can't do something on a certain day, you can just move it easily. Yeah. And I can't tell you how many times I've gone through and rearranged an entire year's worth of post-it notes. Because right now I have planned all the way through August of next year.
That is the organization.
Yeah. I don't even remember what I had for breakfast. Let alone August of next year.
I post a video every 3 days. So I have planned, like, and I do a lot of pre-filming. So I'll pre-film videos, and then I'll schedule what days I'm editing things and what days I'm posting things. And granted, I'm behind on all of my hauls, but there's reasons that happened. But
I keep telling her she doesn't have to post all of her haul videos. Just haul all the books, put them on your shelf, and start from scratch.
no,
that way you don't have to say you didn't get certain books from a certain website that we're no longer allowed to talk about.
I've already filmed videos. I'm just behind on posting them. So
she just recently posted April.
Other than that, also my unboxing videos, I do them in bulk.
My drink is empty.
You should refill.
So is mine.
Yeah, but if I do that, I have to go all the way into the other room where the music is blasting.
It's okay. You wait.
All right. I'll be right back. I'm going to go have the bartender make my drink.
Go bartender. I made Xander the bartender earlier. I was like, go get mommy another bottle. I need another one. And he's like, will mommy share? I'm like, no.
I'm not that drunk yet.
I'm not that drunk, my son.
I mean, back when I was 13, Mom was having her drunk parties, and she'd look at me and be like, she'd hand me a drink, and she's like, drink it. What is it, Mom? Jack and Coke. Mom, I'm allergic to Coke. And it won't kill you, just fucking drink it. You're going to be 21 soon. I'm 13.
That's not soon.
That's not soon. Woman.
That's funny. I don't think I was allowed even a sip of alcohol until I was like maybe 15, 16, and that was literally a sip. Now, granted, I did have some prior to that, and I got so much trouble.
I mean, Mom kept handing me drinks one night when I was like 14, and I got drunk and got grounded. She told me, she looked at me and she's like, you could have said no, Clint. You could have said no, but you said yes, so you're getting grounded. And I'm like, you gave me the alcohol.
When I was in school, I was like such a good student. I was like, I made such good grades and I never got in trouble. And the principals all knew me because I was such a good girl. And at the time, like in middle school, and this was like middle school. Okay, in middle school, again, I was like such a good girl. And when I first moved to that particular middle school, I told you earlier, I went by Chris. They called me Chris. And at the time, my last name was Lee. Well, there were a family of Wheats that had been through this school. And there was already a Chris Wheat in this school, in a year above me. There was a boy, and his was CH, and that was K. Like CHRIS. And he was a year above me. And he had a brother, like a year or two above him, Daniel Wheat. And they were bad. They were really, really bad. And they were always in trouble. And when I got into this school and the teachers asked my name, they're like, oh, it's another one of you. And they would ask me, are you related to them? And I'm like, no. Because they thought I was like a sister or something. I was like, no. But I was Chris Wheat, and there was a Chris Wheat still in the school, and he was always in trouble. And he would get called to the principal's office on a regular basis. Like at least once a week, he would get called to the principal's office. And so they'd say, Chris, to the principal's office. And so we would both show up to the principal's office. And so the principals got to know me really well as the one that never got in trouble. And so it was always him that was in trouble. And so they got to know me very well. And then there was the one time I got in trouble, and it was because so I was talking to my friend on the phone, and I was home by myself, and there was a bottle of like some of these size bottles, and it was something called Jack Daniel's Tennessee Tea in my fridge.
Yes.
And I was trying to sip, and it was the most disgusting thing I'd ever tasted. And I was like, ew. And I was talking to my friend, and she was like, oh my gosh, you should bring some of that to school so I can try it. And my dumb self was like, okay. And so I brought one of these little bottles to school in my purse. And this is like sixth, seventh grade. And so I brought this to school. And I had it in my purse. And another girl was going through my purse trying to find a pencil or something and saw it. And she said, oh, I'll give it to her. And I was like, okay, because I'm dumb. I'm smart when it comes to books, like I'm dumb when it came to everything else. And so I was like, okay. And then I saw that friend that she was supposed to give it to later. And she was like, oh no, I'm going to turn that book in. And I was like, no, you turn her in, I'll get in trouble. And I was like, and so she turned her in anyway. And so that girl got in big trouble for having the alcohol. I got in big trouble for bringing the alcohol. But the principals knew me as like this little good girl that never got in trouble, that was always in the principal's office because this other kid got called. And so they took it really easy on me. But yeah, that was like the only time I ever got in trouble in school. And it was totally alcohol.
I mean, I've only ever gotten in trouble a couple times in school. One, I got in-school suspension for kicking a guy in the nuts as he fell down the bleachers. But don't come up to me and ask me if I'm the brother to the girl in the retarded girl in the wheelchair. So, and the principal heard the whole conversation. So she gave me in-school suspension in her office where we watched movies and ate popcorn for a week. Another in-school suspension was I grabbed a girl's boob. But we were playing this thing. If you say a certain word or something, you have to grab the boob to the left of you or something. And I just happened to get caught. And then the only other times I got in trouble was reading in class. The teacher's like, well, what's going on? Repeat my question. I just would repeat it to her. And I'm just still sitting there engrossed in my book. They're like, you don't have an A in this class. It's like, and? I've got to be in the class. It's all I need to pass. You're boring me. And I get sent to the principal's office for saying the teacher bores me. I'm like, I'm more interested in the book. Like, this is more entertaining.
Yeah. School, I was a good kid and never got in trouble. But coming home that day was screwed. Like, my mom got off work early, and when you walk in the front door, it's like there's a living room, but there's this big opening to the dining room, and she's sitting at the dining room table, like, and I have never regretted things so much in my life. Like, mama made me hurt.
Yeah, I had a couple of school incidents. I got suspended, not in a school suspension. That would have been great. I got actually suspended because I got in a fight with the girl that stole my boyfriend. But we weren't even really boyfriend and girlfriend, and I don't even know why we got in a fight in the first place. And I'm not even sure who won. We were in like 7th grade, and it was the stupidest fight I ever seen in my life. I don't think either one of us got a punch in. We were just like this.
I've been in one of those.
It was terrible. When I was in 2nd grade, some girl next to me that was my friend wrote all of these cuss words in my notebook and then gave it to the teacher and told her that I did it.
In 2nd grade?
Yeah.
That was a naughty little girl.
I mean, 2nd grade, I was underneath the bleachers getting my first kiss with a girl.
Well, you know.
Hold on. Who also as lesbian.
What?
The girl I had my first kiss with is now a lesbian, by the way. I just wanted to point that out.
And you're a drag queen.
I'm like,
Hi, Kate. Chapter Kate is here, or was here.
oh, hi.
Okay, I'll be right back. Here's your chat. I'll be right back.
So I had the bartender put in an extra half shot in here. I think I might regret that.
See, I might be going to the clubs here in a little while, so.
Wow, TFTI.
There's a drag show going on tonight that I actually have friends that are performing, and it's like a reunion for a club that shut down where I first performed. So it's like I know all the performers and I used to perform with them, and we're all like, do I want to go or do I not want to go?
You should totally go. That sounds like fun.
I'm like, I haven't seen most of these people in a while, but there's a few that'll be there that I'm like, I don't want to see you. You're too much drama. Go away. There's reasons why I quit performing. There's people like that. But I forgot what I was going to say.
Sorry, Despacito's playing in the background, and I'm like...
Despacito.
I don't know what he's saying, but it sounds good.
Oh, yes.
Dance party. Dance party.
Oh,
The stairs in my house are not fun when you're drunk.
The what? What'd you say?
The stairs in my house are not fun when you're drunk.
Oh
I'm like, I gotta go fast. And then I'm like, whoa, too fast.
god, that's good.
Woo.
I was telling Clint that I put an extra half shot in this drink, and I think I'm gonna regret it.
Tomorrow I'm supposed to be doing I'm vlogging the whole fall into reading-a-thon, and tomorrow I'm planning on doing a whole pumpkin patch and corn maze thing, and I'm like, I'm gonna be hurting tomorrow. That's why I'm drinking water now, because I'm like, I've had 7 bottles of this, so my head is swimming for a while.
I tried to vlog, but you know me, I do like 2 clips of vlogging and then I forget about my camera all week. I'm very bad at vlogging, and I don't do anything. I sit on my couch or in my bedroom 95% of the time. Or I have friends over that I don't particularly want to like blast without their permission. And we had to entertain last night. And I wasn't.
If I don't have anything that I'm actually going to talk about, I'll try to just do like a clip theme, whether it be my cat or dinner playing airsoft or whatever. I try to do like a little clip or something for like that.
You have people and animals. I have me and 1 roommate. There is nothing else in this house, and the roommate's usually playing video games.
Well,
You know,
I
I'm,
only
like, partying it
have.
up.
I know they're playing some good music out there. I'm like, getting it. I have my dog, but my husband like hates being on camera. I think I might have like 1 video of him actually in it, but he hates it. So it's just my dog, and she's entertaining and cute. She can only be so much of the vlog, you know.
Marty's the same way. He hates being on the camera. Like, he's gotten a little bit better, but he still hates it.
Yeah,
Like,
but you can at least get him in front of the screen when you're doing your bingos and stuff. I mean, not your bingos, your wheel. But I can't even get that. I'm like
it's kind of tooth and nail, kind of like it's really hard. And I'm just gonna have to go, hey, you're in front of camera now. And
he was like, in that vlog clip because he was high. In your most recent vlog of the medication he was on, he was high.
Yeah, I joked around with him. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna film everything you do, and so I can get some like ridiculously stupid footage of you being high after surgery. When you say, but all I filmed of him was like going hi, and I was like, how are you feeling? Hi. Hi.
Oh.
He was just really high on mango.
that's great.
I need to work on finding me a TBR game.
Yes.
Especially if we're going to do these live shows with you 2. I don't want to be the only one left out.
You know, I actually have another TBR game idea that I've thought about doing, but I was like, well, maybe because I thought about doing it as a separate thing, and then I'm like, well, that would be 3 different things. But have I read it, the Wheel of TBR, and this other thing? And I'm like, I don't know that I want to do that. So I'm thinking about incorporating it as one of my things that goes on my wheel.
One of your prompts.
Yeah.
Ouch.
And so like I don't know if y'all know Cards Against Humanities.
Yes.
Yes.
I have every single Cards Against Humanities card. Like, I have this gigantic box, and I have every card. I have all of their special edition cards, everything. Plus, every time anybody ever plays with me, they have to, like, I have all these blank cards, question cards, and answer cards, and so they have to contribute, and they have to put either a question or an answer card and sign their name on it if they play with me. And so I have so many. And I thought about doing cards against my TBR or something like that. And so pulling a question and I have to find something to fill in the blank for like the question or answer the question, and it's a book.
That's a good idea.
But I thought, I mean, that
Yeah.
would make a great TBR game, but I thought maybe I'd just add it to my wheel because that seems like it would be too much to add another TBR thing since I'm already doing
Yeah.
a ridiculous amount of TBR stuff already. My
See,
2 already are more than enough.
I've been contemplating getting an older version of Candyland and doing Candyland Picks My TBR, seeing as Candyland is the game I played when I was like really little.
Yeah, one
Or
of my
I have seen people do the chameleon one.
one of my really good friends, Caitlin, she does Litland, which is Candyland, and I love it. It's so cute.
I saw that and I was like, oh, that's so cute. Then I've also seen people use like the M&Ms to choose their TBR.
Oh yeah, what's her name?
I thought about twisting it and doing Skittles and do taste the TBR. So like taste the rainbow.
Oh, that's cute.
That is cute. I've also seen people do like the shoots and ladders kind of thing.
Shoots and ladders.
Mm-hmm. I think I've seen somebody do Life, like the game Life, as a TBR. I don't think I've seen anybody do Payday. I've
I
seen
thought about if there's a way to do it, it would be really cool to use the game Clue.
I've seen somebody do a Clue one.
But I can't, in my head, I can't figure out how to logistically do it without spoiling it in the end.
What about Trouble?
Trouble would be.
Ooh, I love Trouble.
Let me see. There's somebody that does a Clue one, and it's popping. Ah. Sorry, guys. I don't know if y'all can hear that. It was a YouTube ad.
It's all good. And I'm gonna have to go in like 10 minutes.
It's okay. But I just thought I've been trying to find. I want to get creative and do something because picking out books is starting to get slightly boring.
Somebody did. I'm trying to find their channel. Pluto.
Do the basic, like, because now we've got several people doing the Wheel of TBR, or you've got. I don't want to do Bookopoly because that's like those two are like known for certain people. Like Bingo's your thing. Like I want to find my thing.
Ella's Novellas.
Oh, Ella's Novellas. Oh, I love her.
Ella's Novellas. That's the one that I've watched that does the it's like TBR suspect. And she does like a Cluedo kind of thing. Like if you want to know how to make Clue into a TBR thing, that's who you should watch.
Oh my god. The tequila hit me hard.
You said
Well, it does hit pretty hard.
Oh, I already have a headache.
Oh no. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking tequila and squirt with margarita mix on inside. It's like a skinny margarita mix.
Ah, okay.
It's very good.
well, I'm subscribing to her, and I will check that out.
I know, like I watched a couple of hers, and she has like her sister help and stuff with some of them.
I convinced.
With, like commenting on people's videos. There's very few videos that I actually comment. So if I comment on your videos, I really, really, really like you.
Agreed.
You commented on both of ours.
And even if I, and there's some people that I really, really like, and I will just watch their videos, but I just don't comment. Even though I really like
Kayla's because
Yeah,
I
okay.
just watch them on TV.
Yeah, for one, Kayla from Books and Lala, I love watching her videos, but I rarely ever comment because for the most part, I don't think she's actually going to read them because she gets so many comments.
Mhm.
Cody from Cody's Book Corner, I love watching Cody, and I do comment occasionally, but not a whole lot. I used to comment more, but she's gotten a lot bigger, and so when you get so many comments, you can't respond to everybody's comment.
Yeah.
And so I understand that. But yeah, there's some of those people that I'm like, I watch on a pretty regular basis, but I just don't comment because.
And Becca's the same way too. That's how I feel. I'm like, I want to comment, but like, she's never gonna read it, so it's okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, send a smiley face or whatever. Or if you most of the time I'm just like, or I just don't do anything. I just like, okay, cool. I watched the video. I got her ads.
So I totally convinced do you guys watch Jessie from Jessie May?
Yeah.
So she does the Shelf Space Book Club. We've been talking back and forth. She's really fun, but she tagged me in this video that I finally convinced my husband to help me with. I'm like, you don't have to be in it, just your voice has to be in it. He's like, okay, I'll do it with you. I'm like, yes. Winner.
That's awesome. It's so hard. Like, I understand where you're coming from, because like it's a struggle to try to get Marty to participate in certain things. I'm like,
The beauty of being single.
Kayla from Books of Lala makes me want to have Marty in my videos.
Mm-hmm.
I just want a husband and a kid just to be Kayla.
Agreed.
Fancy height all the time.
They're like, their videos when they're together are so much fun, and I'm like, I want Marty to do those things, and he's like, no, I don't like to be on the camera. I don't want people to see me. I don't want to talk. And so, like, when he is on camera, there are very few words that come out of him. It's like every single word to get out of him is just like a struggle. Like it was either my last vlog or the one before. We went to Dunkin' Donuts and ordered every single of their like one of the new fall things, and we tried all of the different fall snacks and drinks that they had, and I was describing everything, and I was excited about all this stuff, and I was actually reviewing it, and he's like, it's okay.
It's better
It's
than
good.
the last one, or it's good.
It's good. And I'm just like, words, use words.
That would be my husband. That would definitely be my husband. For sure. He'd be like, yeah, it's all good.
And I'm just like, I need a Robbie. Like Kayla's Robbie. I need a Robbie.
But at least your son will be in your videos. I've seen him in a couple of yours.
Yeah, he's popped in here a couple of times tonight. He's like sometimes he's all about like being in front of the camera. He's like too much in the camera. Sometimes like trying to push me out of the way so he can be in front.
Sitting here just talking earlier when we weren't live, and she'd get up to go do something, and he would just take her seat and just stare at me, and I'm just like, what the hell, Xander? What the hell?
I literally had to push him out of the seat. He wouldn't move. But
yeah, you.
other times that he's just like, no. He doesn't like. We'll do these massive geeky unboxings where it's like his boxes. They're literally boxes for him. But he doesn't want to do the unboxing. Like he'll sleep on the beanbag in front of me or sit on the beanbag directly on the other side of the camera and just watch. And so he wants to see what's in there, but he doesn't want to be in the camera. So it just kind of depends on his mood. Sometimes he wants to be on, sometimes he doesn't. And so I'm just kind of like, originally, when we very first started doing it, he was super shy about being in front of the camera. He wanted to be on the camera. He was excited to be on the camera, but he didn't want to say it. And he just wanted to be there. And so I would let him do that. And we would do the unboxings, and I would talk about everything. I would show everything, but he would be right there and he could see all the items. But we got a lot of comments on, he looks miserable, and I wasn't letting him do anything, and I was taking all the fun away from him. And I was like, listen, he doesn't want to talk about it. He wants to be there. He wants to see it, but he doesn't want to say it. He doesn't want to show it. he just wants to be there. He's excited to be on the camera, but he doesn't want to speak. And so I'm showing it. And people were thinking that I was not letting him do anything. And I'm like, I'm letting him do what he's comfortable with. And if that's all he's comfortable with, then that's all he's going to do. So now it's kind of like, sometimes he wants to be on the camera, and he wants to see all the things, and he wants to review the things, and he wants to show them, and he's like 100% wanting to participate. And other times, he's wanting me to talk about him, but he's wanting to be there. And other times, he just doesn't want to be there. So I'll film without him. With him right maybe on the other side of the camera, just watching everything. But it's kind of like, I'm not like holding him back, and like I'm not trying to like hog the attention. It's just I'm trying to make it so he's comfortable with whatever he's wanting to do and not wanting to do. I don't want to push him out there.
I just found a book. I'm in someone else's house and I found a book.
What book did you find?
The Alchemist. Oh wait, The Alchemist.
I've heard of that.
Another book that shall not be named.
Oh. We had the shall not be named discussion earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So, are we talking one of the popular books by said author, or are we talking one of the ones by the name? Okay. I was like, or are we talking about the one with the pen name that will never be mentioned because what that pen name stands for?
Yeah, that pen name is terrible.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Did you participate in last year's Mary Bookmas?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't even know about BookTube until this January.
Oh, so you just missed our Mary Bookmas.
Yeah.
Which is our 12
You did,
Bookmas.
Which book was it? The Chaos of Standing Still by Jessica Brody.
I love that book so much. One of my favorite books of all time.
And we did that as our group book for Mary Bookmas last year and had Jessica Brody on our channel talking about it.
That book destroyed us. I didn't think I was going to like it, and it shattered me.
That is such an underhyped book. Like, that book
really
needs
is.
more love.
Also,
so good.
I'm always tickled when I find a book that has a character named Xander in it. Because it's not an often thing. And I'm just like, oh, hey, it's a nice Xander.
No. That's like, I just read the first time ever my name in a book.
Really?
And my name appeared, Clint appeared, and the character who appeared was a bully.
Oh.
And I'm so anti-bullying. I'm sitting here reading this and I'm like, Clint, why are you a douchebag? Like, what the fuck? Why do I have to be a douchebag in a book?
I don't even own a copy anymore. I gave my copy to one of my subscribers. And so I really need to buy another one.
A copy
I'm sad about that.
Oh, the Chaos of Standing Still?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're so excited about who we want to have. We can't say in here who we want to have for our live show.
Person, we will have another repeat of the summertime reads where me and Mel are geeking out at the author. It's not one of our favorite authors, but it's our favorite series.
Yeah. Super excited. Like, super excited. Like, I just can't.
I can't even.
I'm beyond excited for that one. The way we did last year's Mary Bookmas was the 12 challenges of Bookmas, and for each of the on the 12th day of Bookmas kind of thing. So we had it was a bunch of different, like, not necessarily Christmas songs. I mean, most of them were like Christmas songs, but we had different songs.
Happy Kwanzaa, and we also had dreidel, dreidel, dreidel.
Yeah. So, and we would have like our
challenges that kind of fit these different holiday carols.
Mm.
And so we want to compete. That was quite a lot.
This party's getting popping. All I hear is like very loud laughing and like people slapping and what's happening?
Watch, you're
My
gonna open up the door and someone's gonna be fist fighting, and you're just gonna be like,
Well-
and closing the door and going back to books.
So my father-in-law, he's like very hip. Like my husband's father is just like very like he looks young and he acts young and he just has so much life. So like all of his people that he parties with, like they're all the same way. And like sometimes I'm over here at 23, like, bro, can I just go home? Like I'm ready to sleep. And they're like, okay, let's party. And I'm like, whoa.
Listen, me and my roommate, we hang because of where we work. Me and my roommate are both 30. We hang out with 18, 19, 20-year-olds because of we're cashiers at Lowe's. So it's like we hang out with kids and and they're like, hi, let's party. And I'm sitting over here going,
I'm like, it's 10 o'clock, let's go to sleep.
I'm like, y'all are cutting into my book time. Ugh, love y'all.
I mean, I like a party as much as the next person. Yeah, I like a party as much as the next person, but if it's 2 o'clock in the morning, like, go home. I'm sorry. That's too late.
I mean, I did all my partying before I turned 21.
Me
so
too.
All the parties that I went to when I turned 21 got really repetitive and really boring because I'm like, haven't we done the same party for the past 5 years? They're like, well, you're just now 21. I was like, and?
I'm bored.
The other way around. Like I did stuff when I was younger, but then I like my peak, I guess, party time. I was probably 23. I was going to a club 3 nights a week. Oh,
I hit myself.
Been there.
The alcohol kicked in, you guys.
Yeah, that 23 was I'm going to a club 3 nights a week. I'm out. I'm having a good time. I was partying it up. That was my time.
Whereas I'm 23 and I'm like, see you at home.
Y'all ain't never partied. Hold on. Y'all ain't never partied until you go to a gay bar.
Oh, I've been to a gay bar. That's
I've
fun.
been to a gay bar. I've been to a drag bar.
I've been to a drag bar too. Ooh, that was fun.
If you want good drinks, you go to a gay bar and get good drinks. Because I've gone with my mom and them to their clubs, and I'm just like, this is kind of fun, but this drink is really weak. You paid how much for this?
You made how much for this drink?
I look at a glass like this, filled up to here with alcohol with a little bit of mixture, $5, and you're paying alcohol here plus mixtures for 10. The hell you?
Or if you go to Vegas, 20 for this much mixer and this much alcohol, that much mixer.
I'm like, listen, that's too expensive. I'm gonna go for my $7 7 and 7s or $7 Scooby snacks. Y'all have fun with that.
One of my best friends was getting married. I was his best low man. And I had to plan the whole bachelor party thing. And one of the things I planned was our dinner was at a gay bar, or not a gay bar, a drag bar, and that was fabulous. It was his big. We went to a strip club afterwards, but the drag bar was like the highlight, and he loved it.
Drag
it was fabulous.
Yeah, drag is so much fun. I've been to 2 shows and I had a blast.
Drag is fun from both sides of it.
Oh yeah,
It really is.
You watching it is so much fun, and you get a lot of.
I've never personally been in drag,
yeah,
but watching it has been a blast.
Being in drag
I love
but
these.
it hurts. Because beauty is pain, because the amount of slimmers that I wear. My 8 to 9 layers of tights and pantyhose, plus the body, the hip pads and stuff, plus the bottom slimmer, plus the bra with the boobs, plus the top slimmer, plus the corset, plus
You would
the
never
whole body
recognize
slimmer, plus I wear layers when I wear clothes because I'm labeled an old lady. Because I have old lady aesthetics. I'm sorry, I do old school Broadway. And then go from that straight into rap.
You would never recognize him in drag. I have seen him in drag, and
I would love to see you in drag, Clint.
oh my gosh, he does flips and everything. Like the first time I watched him, I was like, oh my god, like blew my mind. I'm like, damn.
It's like, where's the
I
button?
didn't recognize him at all.
I'm drink empty again.
Oh no,
I know.
that's no bueno.
I know. I need to be on your level. I need to drink 6, 7 of them.
What?
Oh, hold on. Let's see if I can get one
I'm
that'll
already
actually
gonna get you to focus on your phone. I was
know,
trying
we're all
to
like
earlier. I was earlier. I had a picture of Xander on my phone, and I was like trying to touch to get it to focus, and I was like, "Wait a minute, this is not my camera."
wow.
I'm
That
like,
top is gorgeous.
that top was $2 at a Dollar Tree.
Is your hair is red, right?
Yeah, my wigs are red. Red or platinum blonde. I'll have to send you photos. That way you can
Yes.
actually see.
Send me on Instagram.
You should see the videos of him. Like
My Instagram may need a new handle. I may have to change my handle because of she who shall not be named. Because my handle is flamin _ Hufflepuff.
Yeah, no. I mean, but then again, I'm a huge advocate for separating the art from the artist. So I mean, do you, boo boo,
That's
do
also
you?
been my handle since I was like 19. So,
it has sentimental value. Like,
I'm a
you should
huge
your handle to match your Twitter handle.
Yeah, I need to, but my channel name was almost Flamin' Hufflepuff just because my airsoft name is Flamin' Rainbow. Because I went with a bunch of straight people and they thought it was funny to give me that handle. Because I was the idiot who, first time I went airsofting at nighttime, I didn't know I was going airsofting, and I had a bright orange shirt on in the middle of the dark.
Yeah, you
The target. And the fact that I'm pasty, I'm even more of an easy target.
listen, there's perks to being black. You blend in the dark, okay? We're all
I'm
black.
the opposite. I'm the complete opposite. I burn, I peel, I'm whiter.
dude. This is not shine. This is just I glow in the dark.
Listen. Everybody's got perks, okay?
But
I know that all my lights are off right now.
And I don't even have any lights. Oh, Jesus!
Don't break anything.
Sorry.
what time is it where you're at?
Me?
Yes.
6:03.
So she's
9:03.
2 of us. Gotcha.
3 hours ahead of me.
Because it's 8 o'clock here.
Oh yeah, so I'm 2 hours ahead, behind you, and 3 hours. Jesus, I can't. No, too much alcohol.
It's 9 o'clock with her. It's 8 o'clock here.
He's 2 hours. He's
Which
2
is
hours past. I'm 3 hours past.
So if
But
we
actually, I'm gonna head out because the taco man's only here for another 45 minutes, and I gotta go eat tacos.
yes, you will do that.
Well, get on, girl. And we are excited to have you join us for Merry Bookmas, which we'll start planning very, very soon.
Yes, and
Okay,
I'm excited
great.
for the after show because this was fun. Thank you.
Yes.
It was a lot of fun. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, of course. Thanks for having me. I'll see you guys later.
Have a good night. Bye.
Bye. That was fun.
Dude, we've been doing this live show for like 3 hours.
Well, I'm gonna have to go here in a second, anyways. That way I can decide if I'm going to the club or not.
Yeah, because it's still, I guess, a decent time for that kind of thing.
Well, the show starts at 10, so I still have 2 hours before I actually have to be there.
I'll probably clean my face and read if I can, like, sober my brain up enough.
I may read tomorrow, so I just want, my goal is to at least finish this.
How many my boy is gonna sit in my lap. This is for those of you who haven't seen Xander in a while. Here's my boy.
I'm tall now.
Oh, he's tall and he's breaking my legs. Hold on. Okay.
Because he's bony.
He is bony. But also, I'm sitting on a stool and I was sitting like Indian style on a stool.
I got like,
and he's sitting on my leg.
I got like a line here.
Oh, I gotta uncross my legs. There we go.
I got a line.
A line from what? This has been a very fun live show. I've enjoyed it. I'm glad I sobered up somewhat.
You were sobering up. I'm just kind of sober, and she was going the opposite way. It was fun.
Carolina's far away. Oh, I mean, it's only 6 o'clock for her. It's early for her. So, yeah, for me, it's like, okay, well, it's not too far from bedtime.
I mean, it's not that far from bedtime for me to go to work tomorrow, too, so.
We're old.
First time. Wouldn't be the first time that I've gone out to the clubs at 2, got drunk, had to be at work at 6, and walked into work drunk. So.
I didn't realize Kehlani was only 23. And just and I was like, oh, you're to be me. She's to be me in our group now.
Well, that makes her Chelsea, and that makes me Natasha.
She was like, who?
I know, right?
We were talking about Chelsea. She was like, who? You're like, well, I mean, she's not super active right now. She's taking time off from booktube, so that would be why, maybe. Because Kehlani's only been with booktube since January, so Chelsea has put out a lot of videos. Huh?
Wonder if she knows who Julie is.
Probably not. If she doesn't know who Chelsea is, I'm sure she doesn't know who Julie is.
I mean, that is like a little niche corner of booktube, too.
Subscription obsessions.
A couple of them know who Subscription Obsession is.
Hey, who's Subscription Obsession? Yeah.
Nobody anymore.
I am the OG.
You and Becca were like watching subscription unboxing videos, and you're like, "Yo, we gotta do this."
No, that was just me.
No, but you and Becca were watching it, and then you were like, "Yo, I gotta do this."
Becca, I twisted her arm into unboxings.
You tried
That's
to kick
what
me out of the unboxings because I talked.
You did some.
Yeah, Becca and I did Battle of the Boxes together. The glossy box versus boxy charm. But she would only. I told her I was buying those boxes for her, and like all of those glossy box and boxy charms back when we did it, those were all for her. But I told her the only way she could have them is if we did unboxings on my channel. So we would do unboxings, and then after like the first year of unboxings, I was like, okay, do you want to continue with them? If you want to continue with, because at that point in time she was an adult, and I was like, she was off on her own, and I said, well, if you want to continue with them, you can renew the subscription in your own name. She wasn't interested. She had plenty of stuff, but she also didn't want to do any unboxings.
She had no interest in she still doesn't be
I remember the Battle of the Boxes. I
What?
remember the Battle of the Boxes.
Bring back, me, like me and you and stupid.
Can we bring back Battle of the Boxes?
Yeah,
With what?
Alcrate and Alcrate Jr.
Alcrate versus Alcrate Jr.?
Mm-hmm. Or something.
Which one's better, Alcrate? I'm gonna be biased with Alcrate, so
Yeah, in my opinion, Alcrate's better than Alcrate Jr.
He likes the enamel pins that Alcrate, regular Alcrate
The
gets.
book from Alcrate Jr. are really good, but like the pins suck. The pins suck. You get the whole. They're just like, we'll just give them this one. Why not? We found it in the trash.
We found it in the trash. Oh, I don't know. We really feel white boxes. Like when we found the boxes, we did.
Feel great.
Well,
we need to find another junior box.
I know they don't have a whole lot of
Like a
middle
grade box. And it would be cool to see that versus Alcrate. Which one's better for what age?
Yeah. Like I would totally do that with like a different box that did another middle grade. But there is nothing. Like Alcrate Jr. is the only one, which is like I've been to Alcrate Jr. since they started Alcrate Jr.
See, the only Battle of the Boxes I could see evenly matched to like actually do right now would be Alcrate versus Fairy Loot.
Yeah. And I wouldn't do that just because you get the same freaking book most of the time.
Yeah, but I'm just happy I finally got the Alcrate version of Star Daughter because it was the silver with the purple sprayed edges, and they got the gold with the gold edges. I prefer the purple.
Have you read it yet? Really good.
And I've read tons of the second book.
Started it, but I never.
Xander likes City of Ghosts series by V.E. Schwab.
Mm-hmm. I am thinking about doing a challenge thing for me in November where I read popular authors of popular books that I've never read.
I'm going to do in November Readathon.
And V. Schwab is on that list.
I think I'm going to do
What was
Readathon.
that book that you were talking about a really long time ago? When I really lived at the Bay Point. It was like The List, and these girl like it was like called The Hate List.
Oh, it's right there. Hate list. 1, 2, 3, the fourth shelf. First book.
I don't think I have enough middle grade to do Believe-a-thon.
Really?
Read enough middle grade.
Middle grade.
The book. Okay, I have The Brave. I have all the Percys and all the Rick Riordan stuff. I have the first one to the one with the elves that y'all were reading. That first.
What is that series that we were reading all the time? The Keeper of the Lost City.
Yes, I have the first one to that. I have the first one to the murder girl, whatever. One of the authors in the thing. I'll have that one. And I have the second book for Nevermore.
He might have
Yeah, but I'm not really in the mood for a lot of them right now, and I don't know if
I bought the compendium for Believe-a-thon to read, and then I went ahead and bought the second one as well since it was like a past one. I was like, you know what, I'll do that at some point.
I may try to take his challenges.
You may try what?
I thought about taking his challenges and doing my own thing with them. Just to challenge me.
So it says you can only read
You're literally the only two. You're the only person here.
picture books through middle grade to
Wait,
count.
are the two people?
But I was thinking about challenging myself in a different, when the Believe-a-thon and stuff's over with, taking those challenges and incorporating them towards my books.
He's dead.
But yeah, I've got to go because apparently someone may be coming over to pick us up. I don't know. I got to go find out from the roommate what we're doing.
Okay. Well, it was fun doing this live show. We've gone over 3 hours this time. This might be one of our longest live shows.
No, it's the second longest we've done. It's not the
Isn't
longest.
it?
One of our first was like 6 hours, it felt like, at least.
Hold on. I'm going to check real quick. Hold on. I'm curious. Let's see. Our longest live show. So let's see. We had 3 hours, about 40 minutes for our summertime reads in 2019. Yeah, that was our longest. This is pretty close. Nothing else. This only comes second to that one. But it's been a lot of fun. It was great having Kaylani join us.
Yes.
I'm excited for our Merry Bookmas. I'm excited to start planning our Merry Bookmas. I am so excited for the author that we want to get for Merry Bookmas.
Are you messaging you know who tomorrow?
I am. I wanted to wait until we had our Christina Lauren live show to send that link along, but I'm so excited. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Fingers crossed, because if we get you know who, I need to cram in a few more of their books.
I know. I've read a lot of their books or her. I've read a lot of the books by this author. But I think I have a few more that I can read by this author, and I'm looking forward to reading.
I've only read the 2 books that we've read together by the author. But I have at least 4 or 5 others of theirs.
Yeah, you need to get to it. All right.
Temporary.
I'm going to let you go and enjoy your night at the club. I'm going to go and clean off this space and get ready for some sleep. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give us a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, click that subscribe button down below if you stayed around this long.
Hello.
And until next time, remember to always be completely you. Bye.
Bye.